I'm here at a good time, at a time to be alive. It's grand finals, and it's with the big players that play GCD and Witness Gaming. It's only up from here, and it's only gonna steer into a way for Highlander Gaming. I'm here with LeBron James himself, GOAT on Mr. GOAT Rogue for the casting experience, and the big Dolphin on production. Big Rogue, how are you feeling, my brother?
Oh, so good. We gotta change the tag of TF2 to horror after that jump scare leading in the cast here. But hey, listen, if you're not awake before, you sure are now. We've been working all the way up here in season 20 of RGL Highlander, 2 decades worth of seasons here in the server, and to show for it, we have a best of 5 invite grand finals for you all here tonight, and I couldn't be more excited.
It's not, you heard that right, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5. Best of 5. 5 of the big ones. 5 money bands on your left arm. It has to be your left arm. If you do it on the right arm, it's wrong. 5 money bands on your left arm all the way, all the time. And not only that, we got 2 of the leading, the 2 of the best, 2 of the 2, the contenders, here to play and here to slay. Bro, who are these teams, man? Who are they?
Yeah, let's see. So maybe I'll introduce the favorite here in our matches, goonmanChubbzdaniel. These are a lot of names we've seen before, sometimes in different iterations, even within this season. But these are your most decorated Highlander players in RGL history, I would say. I mean, every single player, class for class, is one of the best, if not the best, and the way that they work together is unlike any other team. You know, they've been playing together forever. They're pugging day and night. This team is the team to beat season over season. So they managed to make their run all the way through the upper bracket of the playoffs. They had a almost undefeated season. They actually dropped 1 map in a shocking upset. But basically, this is the team to beat. All the best players and the best chemistry here. And of course, that also gives them a 1 map advantage in this best of 5. That means they have to basically only win, 3 maps where they have to win 2 maps where their opponent has to win 3.
And listen, if they don't win these maps, if they don't do what they're supposed to do, it is finito, done, dunzo, gone. They win. But if Witness Gaming came here to play and came here to slay, it will be a game to watch, a game above all games to experience all throughout. Something exciting. And with that too, shoot, with these rosters, man, with the likes that you got going on right now, why wouldn't you want to watch a game like this? Why wouldn't you want to experience greatness that's about to unfold on this field? Especially with these maps, dude, these maps. Oh my God, Rogue. I'm caught. We got to talk about it. We talked about it a little bit. We got to talk about it.
Yeah, this is any astute observers here in the chat. If anyone's doing their Highlander homework, you nerds, might notice that the pick band seems a little bit off here. So what ended up happening is our upper bracket team here, the upper seed, maybe it's the hubris, letting success get to their heads. Who knows? They fell asleep with the wheel a little bit in the pick bands. So Witness Gaming got to pick out the entire back half of the maps. So what we saw basically is, number 1, as you mentioned, goonmanChubbzdaniel gets a 1 map advantage, so they're already up 1-0. Next, they picked Koth Lakeside. We expect them to pick Koth. Then Witness Gaming picked the payload. Great. After that, goonmanChubbzdaniel missed the boat a little bit, so Witness Gaming chose 2 more stopwatch maps, which means we, unless it's a fast 2-0 from goonmanChubbzdaniel, we're going to be seeing Steel here in a grand finals match.
And listen, I said it this whole season that we were not going to see Steel on this gameplay, on any game that we casted besides Steel Week. We are not going to see it. But now, before my eyes, before our eyes, before the eyes of everyone in the audience, we are going to see Steel potentially. We could potentially see Steel in the grand finals. And honestly, it will be joyous. We will see things that we have never seen here before. But it all depends on how this map is going to go. It all depends on how the play is going to go. But, it also just depends on predictions, because everyone loves predictions, bro. Which, me saying that too, we got Lakeside here on the field, right? You know, we saw Lakeside even a little bit, just to kind of the week before last, got to essentially get an experience like none other. If you had if you had to look at both of these teams here on the field to see how they would play and how it would turn out, what are your expectations? What are your predictions?
Ooh, in the whole best of three, you know, I really feel like Witness Gaming must take a map, but then if they take one, they might take two or even three with these stopwatches, right? So, to be honest, I think Lakeside is a solid like 4. I might go 4-1, maybe 4-2 with how well Witness Gaming's been playing, but I think it's going to be a 4-1 or a 4-2 in favor of goonmanChubbzdaniel for map number 1. How about you, Jamon?
You think 4-1? I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna play it. You say 4-1. I say 4-0. I think it's gonna be a royal flush, a sweep, might you say, for the side of Goonman. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some exceptional players in this game. Please do not get me wrong. But when it comes to Lakeside, when it comes to the gameplay, when it comes to the gaming, I feel that at this point in time, we might just see a quick roll here. But my heart wants to realistically say like 3-4. Maybe that's a little bit ambitious on my part. You know how that is. But I think it's gonna be a 4-0. I think Lakeside is gonna be quick. I think we're really gonna see, we're gonna see a heated second map. But that's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, there's an interesting like divide philosophically. Do you practice your maps so you stand the best chance to win on them, or do you practice your opponent's map because if you get that one lucky win over them, then you kind of have an easier time the rest of the best of whatever? So we actually saw Witness Gaming scrimmaging on Lakeside just before we went live. So Witness Gaming is not chalking this up to a loss. They think there's something for them to learn on this map. They think it's worth spending their precious scrim time on trying to squeeze out as many rounds as they can get by this trial and error. So yeah, that was a fun little pug scrim we saw beforehand. Shout out to the homies. But yeah, so I guess Witness Gaming still has something to prove even here. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of with you. I still think that, you know, goonmanChubbzdaniel is so strong on this map that it might be over before it begins.
It is going to be hard to overcome that man, the myth, the legend. I'm going to say it, Lenny. It's going to be hard to kind of go ahead and go toe-to-toe with Mains. If they pretty much can't shut... I'm not just saying him. Let's keep it a buck for a second. But, you know, I just think someone like Lenny, especially on this map, just plays it so dominantly that it really is hard to kind of be like, and then even if they kill him, even if they were to stop this one man, you know, they still got 8 other people, 8 other great players to go ahead and try to stop. So even when it comes to like these head-to-heads, these fights, trying to see what could come within these post fights, Uber exchanges, whatever play is on the board, I think it's really going to be difficult. And Witness Gaming is going to kind of have to play around that to really, or even take the initiative and more risk than say goonmanChubbs would along that line. But again, it just all depends how they want to go about playing the match. I do think there's a small sliver of a chance depending on how some of these transitions goes, but it all depends on the game. It all depends on the flow of the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. How about we take also like kind of glazed over, blazed past the rosters here. If we want to give a quick rundown, yeah, we got like 2 absolute powerhouses, and we've seen a couple different like substitute players. To be honest, at this level, like when these teams are played together with each other for so long, substituting one in or out is not too big. But wait a second, I spoke too soon, or too late, really. Here we go. We're live in the grand finals.
Listen, this is April the 7th, 2025. It is currently 9:44 Eastern Standard Time. Highlander late time, 15 minutes as always. 14 minutes in this case, actually. We are just now getting ready on the mid as well. And at this point, both demos are just kind of taking their time, going ahead and sharing spam. We look like Fish actually going to go ahead and hit DR, go behind. We are seeing the people in the bathhouse actually getting demolished on the side of Goonman. But the combo, the main point is they're actually going ahead and getting a lot of pressure as well with Lenny getting the snipe on the board. But Lenny getting traded off by Poseidon as well. They have lost their medic. They have not lost their mojo as of yet, as players are still finding DT going to get killed by Typhon, who trades him out from Rebel, and Pablo is behind trying to get the pick, and it looks like he's actually going to go ahead and clean up the match with a 2-piece Ether trying to fight Pablo as well, but Pablo dancing and is also going to get picked off by Blink. Almost was about to live his life for a hot minute or there, but full ad for the side of goonmanChubbz, bro. This is certainly going off to a great start, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said about, like, okay, losing mid is one thing, but losing mid and your medic is a huge deficit here on Koth. They are committing Toy fast, so there's no forward hold from the Chubb's team. And actually, Quacks and Bolt going in for this at Uber. Shot by calling it from behind. Yep, you have to have your spy back behind, so nice shot from Bolt picking Toy.
Went ahead and got the Toy pick, but player ad is going to be in favor of Witness Gaming if they want to try something. Fish looks like he on the behind, trying to go for the Lenny pick with Ether coming in and getting the pick. And it's just a button. Ooh, it's just dinner. It's dinner, nice and served, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But actually, 9:46 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we are going to go ahead and put the Uber situation back into the hands of Witness Gaming. But at this point in time, we have only lost a sliver. Some people at this point from the side of goonmanChubbz take their time, go ahead and meet back with heals, and re-engage within the fight. Even though they still have the ad, that doesn't mean they're not going to try to fight this or try to contest them whatsoever. But it looks like Pablo kind of doing some light dancing on the point. Lenny already having an angle, trying to find the Quacks already in the air. Going to go ahead and get eaten up too, along with Shadowway. DT is the one who did die within that two-man, though. At this point in time, we're just trying to find a target selection for the side. Oh, a Witness, and honestly, he's going to be the first to go ahead and die to such target selection from Blank, who is currently on a 4K. Lenny trying to get a shot off, but is going to go ahead and surf a rocket from Ether. Fish looking like he wants to make his play, but is trying to go ahead and pistol Blake, slowly but surely trying to take his time. Ether with the rebound, actually on the Carson, still in the air. This for a little too long, but goes ahead and gets taken care of as well. Witness Gaming did go ahead and get the point, and Ubers are looking like it's going to even out as well. Bro, crazy, crazy, crazy.
Here, you love this for Witness Gaming. You want to exchange while you have the point. No one can really cap mid-Uber, so here we go. We're just running back and forth, everyone doing 0 damage to these invulnerable players. Fish and Pablo doing it on the high ground. Wait a second. Quacks gets here arrowed by Blake. Nice shot, buddy. They're dropping on both sides here. Wow, Quacks actually does go down for it at the last second. Blank now contesting point alone, but, I mean, Blank is a one-man army, so you may as well have the rest of the team waiting in the wings for him here. Poseidon on the long angle, too, so, like, Pablo getting body shot, Bull getting body shot. This cap will finally come down, but all the spawns are up for Witness.
You know, even with the Uber exchange and the point pressure, they don't have a lot of bodies to go ahead and contest that. They are just going to go ahead and take this slow and take another refight, but a lot of good time, and this is still the very first round. This is not, it's still pretty even neck and neck. Blank going ahead and starting the pressure slowly and steadily. Hyphen with a level 1. Oh, and Lenny going to go ahead and get popped off by Poseidon. At this point, he can go ahead and wide angle, see if he can go ahead and try to catch somebody. And see, a little shot. Toy actually going to go get stopped by Quacks. But Blake, Ether coming in hot like a missile. Pablo trying to look for a kill. Almost took the 2v1, but is going to go ahead and get stopped by Witness Gaming's very own Blank. Or as I like to call him, Blank, as everyone else will call him. There's no other name for this, bro. But at this point in time, we are working a little bit with Slide Ad for the side of goonmanChubbz. Boy was not healing immediately right out, but they did get the point. They did go ahead and shave off a good, roughly about 50 seconds on that clock, and at this point in time, we're going to go ahead and initiate another drive fight. The sentry goes down. Blake is taking this time. That was actually from Blake. So Quacks high in the sky, looking to go ahead and land on the Toy with a nice surf, actually, as he goes ahead and gets eaten up like a Thanksgiving dinner. Shot away, going ahead and just pistoling on point. Doesn't look like he wants to go behind for a play, as this is a team fight. Fish trying to put himself in position, trying to look like he wants to go ahead and go for this honesty pick just as well as the team fight. Still engaging on the point. A lot of players hurt from the side of Goonman. Fish checking his surroundings, going for this Lenny pick. Is it gonna go ahead and secure a 2-piece for his team? No Lenny, no honesty. Bathhouse is compromised, and at this point in time, Witness Gaming is gonna go ahead and collect the rip like they're a landlord, with Carson being another person going down to Poseidon, and the Uber actually coming out from the side of goonmanChubbz. But at this point in time, they still have Uber. Shuttle gets picked up by Poseidon. They have all the time in the world to go ahead and work with it, as the point is captured, denying Blake, Quacks, and Shadowway, with Honesty losing his life as 2, not before Erie dies. Pablo in Bathhouse, along with Hyphen, going ahead and picking up 3. Uber still in the hands of Witness Gaming. No other classes around this site. Fish tried to go for the pick on the Lenny, but utterly gets discovered and gets killed by Lenny. Again, Uber, Witness Gaming still has it, but they want to go ahead and wait to contest. They use Uber. But Shadowway goes ahead and gets any type of pick, and at this point, Hyphen hits Shadowway again, with the point being Witness Gaming. Round 1.
Yeah, first round of playoffs here. Oh, sorry, geez, first round of grand finals here. Many rounds here in playoffs. And quick note, Hyphen I saw was on level 3s. I saw, like, why is he using the Eureka effect? I guess he's trying to go for that, like, you know, win harder mentality. Once you got that gun set up, you're good to go.
Witness Gaming is here to make them Witness Gaming trademark. As We currently going to the new mid. Honesty and Eerie take a heavy fight with Eerie. Oh, and falling. There's so much kills, so much damage on both teams' side. No combo though for the side of Goonman, but they don't care. They're gonna work Lenny through bathhouse with Blank. He said, nah, player. Nah, friend. I don't want you doing that. I don't want you disrespecting my guys there. Well, disrespecting Lenny a little bit, but they understand that bro can't hit his shots. DT's not peeking too much. He's just going ahead and hitting the angle. Right side grenade launcher for the win. This ain't Counter-Strike. You already know. Eerie just getting some pressure off of the point. Ubers are even. Probably going to go ahead and look for an exchange if they want to go ahead and contest this point. Most likely, that is something that's probably going to happen if we see Witness Gaming contest the point, whereas goonmanChubbz is actually going to go ahead and use the Uber. The exchange happens. Quacks, on the other hand, behind, trying to go ahead and make some type of play with a shot away, who actually, Quacks fighting, kills Ether, gets picked off by Blank, who is behind. No Blank, or no Quacks, no shot away, no Ether, no problem, no fish, no bowl, hold the phone, ring, 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 hello, hello, I'm coming for your demo, and that's the memo. With Pablo trying to take this fight with Blank, but Pablo going ahead and turning into a shish kebab. And he getting eaten up, like a Christmas dinner, like 12 a.m. open your presents. Oh no, Rogue, it's looking crazy.
It is the season. Now we got everyone like running with their tails between their legs, backing all the way up. But again, it's so interesting. Witness Gaming not like getting aggressive on point, not going for a forward hold, not like even setting up in the enemy ruins, just chilling, like just regular old-fashioned, 2012 Highlander mode chilling. Now coming up on these Ubers, 80% for both teams, trading spam across the point. Right now, the Chubbs team is working their way across point. Honestly, now is like has the high ground, spamming down onto the combo. Uber comes out and we're trading back from Blake right about now.
And even though that Uber exchange was definitely in good heart at this one in time, but it doesn't get anyone Quacked again on that coast. Toy! Oh my god! I thought Toy was about to lift that. The fall damage is going to be for demise. Along with Poseidon, with this gaming, is going to go ahead and throw everything they got to secure some type of pick. Lenny is going to be one of the first to go ahead and die to the Witness Gaming onslaught, as everyone else is just trying to choose their spam angle slowly and steadily. Shot away on the back end, trying to go ahead and hit his shots, but Eerie on the cusp of trying to go ahead and kill someone, but Eerie on the way, on the play to secure DT and keep everyone at bay, as we are currently seeing big, humongous, not really, but like 30-40% ad for the likes of goonmanChubbz, trying to make some magic work. Honestly, and it looks like the Quacks are going ahead and bathhouse. Honestly's going a little bit for the door play, trying to get a little flank, trying to get someone out of play, which Blank almost was going to be the victim of such. Poseidon finding an angle on the lid. Lenny actually goes ahead and gets the shot on him as well, as Bull confident on point with Pablo and the rest of Goonman, trying to see if he can pick up anything. But Ether and Poseidon, they're at bay. DT and Eerie are actually going to go ahead and get eaten up by the goonmanChubbz combo. Lenny trying to go for a pick as Rebel chads it up right into Honesty. Wants to go ahead. He said, I don't care if you got no combos. Shit, I'm going to go ahead and womp it in. Wombo. Uber comes out. Wombo. Combo. Toy. 94 HP left. The Uber not getting anybody. Hyphen dying to Ether. And at this point in time, Toy's trying to escape with Mission Code getting these shots on the Pablo. Ether gonna actually live. 22 health to over. It was looking kind of scary, but Rogue. Uber ad for the side of Witness Gaming. This could be the point. This could be what we need to see.
Yeah, this we're looking at Lenny here. I hear a headshot. Oh, there we go. It's on to Poseidon, but had that buff. Nice work out of Toy and Poseidon to play that angle. Quack's going for this like skybox high bomb yet again. Always drawing those heights. Honestly, peeking off the Quack's bomb, laying out so much damage here across point. But Toy still has his Uber. Once it's half capped, here it comes. They're using Uber across point.
Carson going ahead and playing like a beautiful defender, setting up screens for his team. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All these picks, all these kills. Witness Gaming is making you Witness Gaming. goonmanChubbz tried to take it and escape, but so many people just at that flank, at that corridor, pinching, collapsing, making it look like a domino effect. You playing Mahjong right now with Uber ad back in the flights of Witness Gaming. goonmanChubbz at this point, who will honestly go ahead and die into a little trap set by DT. Lenny trying to go ahead and get set up on dance floor, but Edgar not gonna let that happen. Carson and Hyphen not gonna let that happen. Fish on the B-hunt, trying to see if he can pick up, especially because of the player that they have against him on dance floor. Gets the mini sentry, trying to go ahead and Hyphen, drawing ice. Carson gets picked up. At this point, everyone in bathhouse is just trying to go ahead and go. Lenny gets the pick. But it's not enough to go ahead and save the team. Blank gonna go ahead and lose his life here. Bo on dance floor gets picked up by Blank, and the rest honestly can't come to the point with a 2-0. The hat is in the hands of Witness Gaming. Rogue. Oh, sweet Caroline. But. What is going on?
Yeah, we thought this might be a quick map 1, but in the other direction. So, Team Chubbs here is are always, I think, favorites on Koth maps. Like, they play so sharp, they play so fast, and they have such good DM. Like, it's always an uphill battle to get back into them here. But I don't know, we saw them like not really go for the throat when they had those openings, right? They would get the point and just like hang out. We saw other things like, I don't know, Hyphen on level 3 sentry guns and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't really know what the game plan is here. But Witness Gaming are playing great. I mean, we saw them get aggressive and commit hard to it. We saw them play passive at other times, but like mostly just to build that Uber out and kind of delay points even further. Like, yeah, we're seeing great play out of Witness Gaming, I think, and Team Chubbs has fallen asleep at the wheel a little bit here.
Dude, and it just, at some point, it's just seeing like, how would I explain this? So earlier, I talked about how I wanted to see a little bit more aggression, actually, from the side of Witness Gaming. Realistically, we know, you know more than me, if anything. But we both know at this point that when it comes to goonmanChubbz and aggression, they pretty much have it on lockdown. I mean, this is a team that you would expect to use something like crits on something like this, or like even product. Like, they know how to pretty much run it down when they have to run it down. Witness Gaming, though, on the other hand, just took the opportunity in every way. And it looks like even when it came to Bathhouse, they were winning a little bit more bathhouse fights than goonmanChubbz was. And even at that very last Uber, they managed to go ahead and set up a nice collapse by the Ruin. They went ahead and turned a potential no Uber into like a 6-7 collapse Uber, just from all the players that basically were factors. Oh my goodness, Rogue. This is a grand final.
Yeah, let's take a look at these stats here too.
I even pulled.
To be honest, like, there's just so much Witness Gaming on the top half here. Like, players playing out of their minds. I mean, Blank going 14-3. That's an incredible stat line. Poseidon 13-6 against Lenny on a Koth map. Ether going positive on Soldier. Like, for example, we saw Quacks doing so much work, but like, just being the distraction that like you die for it, but your team gets the point, so it doesn't come up on the logs. But Ether's doing the opposite, like showing up on the logs while creating that space. The final one that stands out to me actually is both medics having the same deaths. So it's not like one team kind of like ran away with the Uber charges or they lost the tempo. No, both teams like found the medic just as often, lost the medic just as often. And yet Witness Gaming was able to find this many frags anyway.
They were pretty much able to pick off a lot was left off. And what's nice is that what I like from Witness Gaming is that the people who are dying are classes that can die a little bit more than usual. And then you have players like, say, like BT and Blank, they're playing kind of tight knit, but they're not overextending to the point to where, oh, listen, if I want to get this pick and trade, is it the situation to? Is it the time to? If it is, I'm going for it. If it's not, I'm going to stay back. And then, even with the DPM spread out a little bit more, it, like you said, it's definitely more Witness Gaming heavy. Like, I mean, we're seeing, I wouldn't even say like Lenny's being hard shut down, but in certain situations, they're playing a nice, steady game where they're kind of doing what we saw a little bit from Witness Gaming versus Squirtier, where Witness Gaming is basically just doing like step by step by step. They're basically wanting to choose their steps, what kind of pathway to follow it, and if it kind of aligns with the steps that they want to take, they'll execute it. But they'll do it in a way that it's not going to cost them rounds. If they do, it's like a do or die situation.
Yep, amen to that. And we're actually honestly pretty quickly into the next round here. Already up fast, like before my very eyes, a mid-win from Witness Gaming yet again. So like, I'm really curious to see. Let's see. We want Chubbs to like charge their way out this, basically the ruin side of the tunnel. They go and peek at Witness Gaming. Is there so early? I'm kind of surprised that Chubbs backs up here. It seems like Bull called they actually want to take the Uber through main, but I don't know. This seems like so slow. Bull jumping through.
Definitely want to use that Uber to go ahead and initiate this exchange that's happening now, especially because Blank gets his life saved. Toy, you genius, you beautiful person, and Blank getting shot by Highlander with these lethal rockets. And Blank trying to find his pick on the bow, with 9 HP left. It's not gonna happen. Is Toy gonna escape with her life? And she does. With 15 HP left, the likes of a genius is only shown when challenging situations come afraid. And that is exactly what's happened here with Witness Gaming losing that point. I like that exchange. You took it immediately into them so that their positioning is discombobulated. You can't hold forward if you got Uber right in your face, bro.
And that late pick from Fish onto Quacks means the Soldier's just coming up now. Again, I'm seeing this weird, like, these teams playing so passively on the low ground. Lenny is finally going to take a peek now, but right now Witness Gaming gets a high ground on Ruins. They can go Bathhouse if they like. DT has free spam onto point. We're basically coming up on these Ubers now. Toy has like a negligible ad here. So DT and Blank working across now, trying to get some cap time going before the Uber stops him in the tracks.
With that being said, a lot of damage. Carson actually getting picked off with the Uber actually coming out. Blake and Cole just actually got the super fight. No Quacks, no Carson. No one to go ahead and stuff the players that are immediately coming into you. But at this point in time, it doesn't look like we're really realistically trading people. We see a sniper duel kind of happening within Bathhouse. We see Combo just kind of go ahead and taking their back and forth. Fish is trying to choose a pivotal moment to go ahead and help his players just shoot who they need to shoot instead of stabbing. Pablo is going to be actually go down to Poseidon as Blank gets picked off by Bo, who had traps up. Nice little traps from Bo as Fish slowly but steadily, almost tried to make his play on the Lenny, but he's taking his time. You know Carson is watching for him, and he's only taking this opportunity to really do anything unless his team is going ahead and being a little consistent with this pressure. When he sees that, he'll make his move as he goes ahead and DRs for what I see in the air is actually Quacks, who just came out of nowhere with Pablo crusting for Fish, securing the kill. Quacks still behind, trying to go ahead and take his escape now with everybody just shooting him with hit scan, but he's living with 39 HP left in a dream, just drawing as many eyes as possible. At this point in time, Goonman or Witness Gaming is running down this time. We are at 1 minute and 10 seconds, and they have not used Uber. You see the point being pressured. An Uber exchange looks like it's going to happen. The Uber's going to be better for Witness Gaming as long as it's not a family Uber, which it's looking to be a little bit of a family Uber, but regardless of that, it's actually still going to be better for Witness Gaming. They're still going ahead and pressure at this point because they have so much to do. So Quack looking to go ahead and secure, but the mini sentry kept it at bay, and there's no Lenny for the pick up of the Fish, and it's just a domino effect yet again. Once more, shot away, finding his pick, finding his kill on the Rebel, who was trying to use the Spectre armor, but it's not Iron Man in this situation, Rogue.
Yeah, we got now this even Uber situation. Toy and Blake both on 50, but we have, basically twice as much time ticked off for Witness Gaming here on the clock. The score right now is 2-0 here in map number 1. Don't forget, goonmanChubbzdaniel starts out up a map basically in this best of 5 maps. All that to say, we have Honesty and Cracks working their way through Bathhouse. They have that buff. Oh, fast 2 snipes from Lenny onto Melon beside.
Oh, and he's just popping them. He's just popping it out like he's got a pepper shaker. Speaking of pepper, DT's in the kitchen. He just went ahead and added salt to that mixture to make it not bland, something normal. Can he add the Cajun season? We may see it here, folks, but Bo may be a chef in this kitchen too. He said, hold on, I've been chefing it up since 84, bucko. Don't let it go away to your head now, bro. As we're still seeing a lot of people run the combo for Witness Gaming. Uber actually coming out from goonmanChubbz. Eerie could be a victim, but it's not going to be this time. Quacks getting hit with the Melon TM trademark air blast, as we currently are trying to see goonmanChubbz trying to turn up the situation. Bo peeking from the left side, trying to find the angle. Blank. Stab by Shadow. Time still in favor of Witness Gaming as we're seeing the sniper duel. Ether high in the sky, actually going behind. Could go ahead and collapse with Fish in potential. At this one in time, we're still just seeing the fight. Bo caught a headshot. Eerie finding it. It doesn't matter. Poseidon with a nice 2 for 2. Melon going ahead and getting left off, but Lenny actually going to be one of the first to die to Poseidon as well. I say first, but probably the third, maybe the fourth. Big pipe coming in from DT on the big pipes coming from DT. He's back in the kitchen. As currently, we're seeing Uber ads still. Ooh, and DT with stickies, plus a little shot from Poseidon, even though it didn't give him the credit. I saw that kill. Blank trying to get this pick on the shot away, but the time. It's time. Oh no. Lakeside. 3-piece meal. 3-piece extravaganza. Trios in Fortnite. Trios in Apex Legends. Trio wingman. Bring the update out. Quick Rogue. There's some craziness going up. This is insanity.
All that time in the kitchen, and Bola Mayo still couldn't hit them with that aioli. We got mid-fight number 4. Welcome to Grands. Here we are. They're dropping like flies here on Witness Gaming here. Toy taking a little bit of spam. Right now, Lenny and Honesty charging forward across point. Poseidon down to 5 HP. That was down to actually 3 at the lowest. Hyper now down to 3 HP. Leads out for it. Burns out for it. Honesty laying out so much damage, and Blake having the arrow tank afterwards. Now charging into Rebel. They just barely kind of secured this.
Shot away! Shot away, hold up. Shot away doesn't fear. Shot away! Shot away! Oh my god! Oh my god! Shot away just came in at Spy and said, the revolver is the best revolver for Spy. No Ambassador poop. Latranger poop. Any other Spy gun poop. Big kill, better than the revolver. Look it up. I ain't say it. Made his way with a nice little assist kills, and got himself the assist with his team as well. 16 HP, looking to try to see if he can go behind for something. Oh, just kidding. Rebel's actually right there to go ahead and just be like, if Rebel had a laugh at you, or Mr. Krabs, I said it. Hi, Rebel. We're back at the cat. But Uber ad still officially in the hands of goonmanChubbz, and they're playing Bathhouse. And they're running out some time. It's up to win this game to see if they can go ahead and break this little bathtub experience with the bath bomb. Oh, as the Uber does come out, bath bomb successful from Ether, and he's actually gonna live as well, question mark, as Bull and Quack pick up DT and Poseidon. Ooh, Ether though. And, oh, Ether! Oh my god! A little flick up, you know what I'm saying? A little peek, Rogue. And when this game he has this ad, I don't know what they're going to do with it though.
Yeah, you have like such a long way to go, and you have to peek into that sniper. Shot away getting a stab on the fish means no Spy to call what's happening. Shot away gets spotted, goes away. Bull trying to defend and spam on this longer angle. Right now, Blink actually going for a sharp rotate. They have honestly in fact starting forward into Bathhouse. That means Witness Game is going to have to like back all the way up and deal with this, like crossfire situation they have going on. Blink now on 80% Uber might have just in time as the point cap comes down.
Especially as Poseidon actually is going to lose his life, or excuse me, Hyphen loses his life. Eerie, oh, gets a nice flash from Toy and a pick on the honesty from Poseidon. Oh, and Lenny, Eerie actually gets counter picked by Lenny, who's trying to find the shot on the combo. Fish going ahead and peppering off Lenny, putting him back on the low ground. Perfect for Ether, who's up in the sky, but actually is just going to go ahead and go to more of the dance floor. Pablo on the chase, wants to go ahead and finish this race, asking for help potentially from Fish, who Pablo, oh my gosh, with a domination on the Fish is going to be like, yeah, player, stop this disrespect. You ain't hitting me with these. I stream pugs like that. You ain't hitting me with these. Rogue, we're currently looking at time that this game needs to go ahead and buck up for it. But at this point in time, it could be dangerous with this game in the way this is going out.
Ooh, big damage from Pablo here onto DT, taking basically 200 HP out of the Devil Man, and what a shot from Lenny onto Eerie. Lacking that heavy means you have free bombs for the soldier, but cracks down right now, and another step from Shotaway onto Poseidon. So they're missing their sniper to defend, they're missing their heavy to play against these bombs. Here comes Uber.
Lenny gets picked off by Fish. As the Uber does happen, the Uber's gonna be way better for this game. Do they chase it though? Do they chase it? Or they like TK? Do they chase the race? As Quack's trying to find this pick on the Blink, but Blink is living, oh my god, with Heather up in the sky, shooting a rocket behind Blink, going ahead and getting them scared, going ahead and getting the pepper rockets out as well. Bo goes ahead and dies. Quack's finding the 1v1, but Fish putting up a perfect screen like Steven Castle did in his latest game, as we're currently seeing still ab for the side of goonmanChubbz, but the time is slowly but surely being run down. Blink looking to find his kill on the Lenny, sure does, as Honesty goes ahead and trades him out as well, but Lenny, Poseidon's able to just wide beat this thing all wide, like some yoga, stretch, dog pose. Just kidding, Blake actually found his mans, and his mans was Poseidon. He said, I'ma dive in that thing, swim around by Poseidon. Yes, sir, as we are currently still looking at player ad. Eerie probably gonna lose his life as well. Exactly what happened when Lenny losing his life to the Eerie Fish combo. Honestly, still on the point, making a name for himself, but he is not Gambit. It's not gonna happen with Ether in Bathhouse securing the kill road.
And Blake goes down in all this chaos. So that felt like it was over for Witness Gaming. Wait a second, Quacks with the high bomb in the skybox. Shadowing deep cloaking going in as well. Not able to find it. Great defense out of Melon and the rest of the team. It's all in right here. You have 9 spy checkers, including your own medic, right? So the whole, all the wheels are turning here for Witness Gaming. And right now, we have so little to work with if you're Chubbs, right? Like, they don't have an Uber, they don't have map control. Right now, Bull is just hoping to get something. They're maybe hoping to get a snipe or something like that from Lenny, but nothing yet. Currently,
I'm looking for a bomb. I'm looking for a 3-pointer bomb, a fadeaway bomb. I'm looking for some Jalen Wells action here with an Uber that's actually looking more like Orlando Magic right now. Carson putting up an incredible screen, air blast, parentheses, as you would. Eerie losing his life to the glow stick, aka the Frontier Justice, to Hype. as we're currently trying to see Rebel, 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 Rebel! With the pick on the blade, securing that for his team. Hyphen in the water, trying to be like a shark, baby shark. Do. Hold up, Blank. Getting the hell back. Oh my God! Wake up the hell back. What that 2v up is low health. Oh nah. Oh hell nah. Currently seeing Uber ass still from Witness Gaming though, Rogue. And no time on the clock. Goonman has to fight because they got to turn up. Melon getting picked up. Eerie there to support. Got that bathhouse control. Eerie has a standing ovation. Rebel trying to find kills. Ezra in the sky. It's an all you can eat. And the Witness Gaming is eating good. That's Pablo dancing around just like Odyssey, trying to go ahead and find some picks. Trying to say shoot heavy, shoot heavy. As Odyssey's finally going to go down to Poseidon. Wax try to get there, but isn't going to get there just in time. And it's going to be 4-0 for the side of Witness Gaming. Witness Gaming is making goonmanChubbzdaniel. Witness Gaming. Oh my God. Woo. It's a good game, Rogue. Oh my God.
Yeah, anyone, whoever had those channel points, you're living nice here, huh? What were those odds? Something like 10-1 odds for you to pick Witness Gaming to take map number 1 here. Woo! That was a 4-0 that none of us expected. I mean, Chubbs is a phenomenal team on this map. Even their coordination and cohesion, like you expect them at halftime, you know, get Coach Demento in the works, kind of iron out all of the shortcomings, whatever. But no, we just saw a Witness Gaming that played hot, and Chubbs just really never found their way in the match, it felt like.
At that point in time, this is how I know. If you bet channel points on goonmanChubbzdaniel, go ahead and cough that up. Go ahead and cough that up, gang. Go ahead and cough that up. Go ahead and let that know. Whoever was on the small guy side, go ahead and cough out the, oh my God, Ryan. Goodness gracious. 800K? Yeah, he's rich, bro. Yeah, he's got money. He's got money, bro. Oh my God. Yeah, that's crazy. Listen, Rogue, what happened in your eyes? There definitely was a lot. What do you feel like was the downfall of goonmanChubbzdaniel?
You know, we saw these two teams play on this very map just a month ago, and it felt like a completely different Chubbs team. I think Witness Gaming played really well in that match, and they did end up getting like a number of very close rounds out of it. But yeah, Witness Gaming, I think, did iron out a little bit of their efforts, right? Like they played a little bit sharper on like threading the needle for some of those picks, some of the hero plays out of people like we saw like Rebel. But finally, I think just Chubbs, like, I don't know, didn't bring their playbook today. It's like you're here for the math test and you forgot your calculator. Like that's sort of the one thing, is that follow through, right? You know, you're taking the shot, you got the swing or whatever else. You got to stick to landing. And it felt like Chubbs like are making things happen on the server. Like, okay, they win mid, but they don't convert that into a long hold, or they get a drop or a force or whatever onto Toy, but then they lose Blake in exchange. So it felt like they just kind of didn't have that foresight into what the round should play out, into how the round should play out.
Oh, in every way, shape, or form. It just seemed like Witness Gaming, at any opportunity, was able to collect their tickets, like that Ticketmaster from Polar Express. I don't know what he gave the last one, but you get the gist. But I can't tell you. Oh my God. Can we get a combined log for Rebel? Oh my God. This is crazy. This is insane. This is grand finals. This is the Highlander I love to see, that we love to see. And let me tell you, it's looking good. It's looking good. I will say that it seemed like at certain times that Goonman was a little bit discombobulated. At times though, they were still playing nice. When they had the point, when they had their mixture, when they had their time, it was nice. Bathhouse control seemed a little loose though. It seemed like Witness Gaming was making good attempts to go ahead and get in, and when they got in. They like the FBI right at your door, open up. Rogue, they were playing nasty, and honestly, man, I'm kind of scared. The rest of these maps are still in the pick of goonmanChubbs, but it's Vigil. It's their pick. But if we see how this is gonna go, this could still be in potential, in the play of goonmanChubbzdaniel. What do you think we need to see out of Vigil for Goonman? Or just for both teams? What is the goal? What do you think the goal needs to be for both teams? Of course, to win. I get it, but to have a secured win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, great question. I think if you're Witness Gaming, your discipline is working so well here that if you just kind of stay focused, right? Like, you know, almost ignore things that go wrong, right? Like if you're going to drop your medic at a time you don't expect, you're going to get rolled from, you know, second to last where you think you should have been able to hold third. Shrug it off completely. Do not think about it. Do not discuss it. Just focus on the next play. I think from the Chubb side, they're such a good team and like such good individual players. Like they just need to play faster, get aggressive, call stupid plays, but commit to them. And I think we're going to see them, you know, go for an inch and take a mile off of it. But they just have to find that bloodlust. They have to make that call to like, what does it look like for us to succeed? Even if it's not a high odds play, we need to call something at the end of the day. That's what I want to see.
Oh, I feel like in most cases too. Dang, I don't know why. I don't know why right now, but I got the song "Headlines" by Drake in my head as this game is happening, and oh my god, it fits. It's fitting so well. What I can tell you though, from Goonman is the aggression. I feel like a lot of times when it comes to Goonman, they already know how to play the game. Some of these guys have been winning Highlander for a long time. Both players individually on both teams, some have been winning Highlander for a very, very long time. They most likely know what they need to do. But what I would like to see a little bit more is just be more tight-knit. Kind of putting on the same domino effect that Witness Gaming was going ahead and putting on from Lakeside that they were on Goonman. I think if they play tight-knit, not even just tight-knit, but I think if they just keep it how it should be, keep it tight knit, keep the energy pure. I really don't know what the mental looks like. I couldn't tell you. Also, are we paused and ready up? Are we paused and ready up?
Yeah, I guess that means we're getting started soon, hopefully. Because yeah, for anyone just joining us, yeah. Oh yeah, we had someone's mouse die. Yeah, small technical issue. But yeah, for anyone at home, pauses happen like basically the feed we're watching is 90 seconds in the past, but pauses happen like instantly for both sides. So point is, it looks like what's going to happen here is, you know, we're going to watch the countdown ready up. Then someone's going to realize somebody's mouse is dead and then they're going to pause after that. So not a huge deal. We'll just wait this one out. But that means once we unpause, the game will be live pretty soon after.
I'd say while we're still talking about it, what is your score prediction? Are both of our predictions went out the door on the last map? So this map is entire at this point, it's the Wild Wild West. And you can call me Rango the way I like to tango. What you gotta say though? What's your prediction?
Ooh. Well, first of all, the real winner is all of us here at home, all of us watching, because we have a guaranteed steal map. So that's the true victory here in Grands. But
that's facts.
Here on Vigil, listen, I'm a believer. Witness Gaming showed me so much and Chubb showed me nothing. I've got 2-0 for Witness Gaming on this one. How about you?
You got 2-0? Listen, maybe I'm the devil's advocate on this one. I had hope. I had hope for Witness, not even for Witness, for a Goon that was going to be Swift, but it actually turned out to be the other. If I had to say, well, this is hard. Maybe 2-1. If it goes the way, I know I'm not gonna change my prediction. I'll say 2-1 for Goonman. It's payload. They got the ups on them on Koth. But for payload, it's gonna look different. Let's just say if this goes to steal, you're gonna see something glorious, absolutely glorious. So hopefully it may be 2-1. It could be one and done. Rogue, it's really hard. I want to say it's going to be in favor of Goonman, though. 2-1.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, they seem to have been playing this map for so long. Even though goonmanChubbzdaniel doesn't love this map, they're still really good at it. They like basically everyone who's not Witness Gaming gets eaten alive by Chubbs on this map. So, real quick while we're loading in, one stat line that stands out almost to me the most from the combined out the last one is just how many deaths that Bull has. Bull is like one of the best demos ever in Highlander, and anyone who's seen his you know, spreadsheet breakdowns of the best players and teams and all that, he'll say that deaths on demo is your marker of how good of a player you are. Like, damage is good, kills are almost not that important, but low deaths is the most, and he had, I think, 16 last map, so something is very wrong on this team, and I hope they figure it out soon.
What do you think? Oh no, not the goon offensive. Oh, that's funny to say. Funny two pair of words together. Funny words paired together. What are some expectations, not just for both of these teams, but for a map like Vigil? What is something that teams basically need to have if they're gonna go these teams definitely could pull up like a 4 or 5 minute time. But what do you say? What do you say? What's your point of view?
Yeah, shout out to Theater Techie who developed this lovely map here for us in Highlander. It's an amazing map because teams can get hard held for so long on a point. Like, you can get held for like 8 minutes on a point, or you can get rolled from first to last and, you know, 2.5 minutes flat. So I think if these teams are really good at one point, like almost giving up other material to play to your strengths and get in that really strong position is going to go a long way here. But we see first that forward hold. Lenny actually, wait, hard scoped in, missed the shot onto Toy, had that hero shot, just barely missed it. So right now the defense weathered the storm. Now Shadowway's in position way back behind enemy lines. We're going to go for another sort of aggressive play, but maybe we'll see if Blake commits this time or not.
This is interesting. I wouldn't say interesting. The way this is kind of working out is that both teams, and it looks like an exchange is going to happen. Exchange does happen. At this point, we are not seeing a flash on Eerie yet. We're actually seeing more picks on the side of Witness Gaming. Eerie does catch a flash, which means he's going, Eerie is going to still stay alive for this fight. Ether just trying to go ahead and take Peppers. Lenny with a nice shot onto DT2. Poseidon getting the pick on the Carson. And also going to go ahead and get picked up by Lenny as well. Picked up and shut up, just like a Fortnite fish on the behind, with the beeline, with the decline. And his life has also declined. Honestly, gonna go ahead and get picked up by Blank by the flank. Ooh, hold up, wait, bar. How he hold heat but breach non-violence. Oh. Pablo also gonna go ahead and get picked off. Wax high in the sky. Ooh, the sentry gun though. The sentry gun though. Rebel does get picked up by Shadowway. Huge, big. They cannot. There's potential. We may not even see him both boards. Oh, we do see a buff over Battalion's backup being used by Ether. Oh, they don't even have to use Uber yet. At this point, they're just taking a refight to see if they can go ahead and collect any type of pick whatsoever. And at this point, it's not going to happen. I think we're going to see Blake and Pablo go ahead and make it safely back to spawn. We are going to see the team get Uber and the team being Witness Gaming. And it actually looks like they're actually standing their ground with Shadowway, putting himself in position. Looks like he wants to go a little bit more for like a combo member. So if I had to say right, the wait till his team kind of, just kidding, he's actually going super behind. He's going to put himself in position to come from the long way. Ether did dodge the bomb. The Uber does come out. The Uber is going to be better for the side of Witness Gaming as well. Or if they choose their picks right, this could be massive. But Shadowway on the behind, going for the immediate melon pick. Okay, I like to see the whip of the side. Also getting picked up double piece from the side of Shadowway. Oh, and it's just, oh my god. Oh, goonmanChubbzdaniel. Oh my god. Just a little flick of the wrist from Ether. No big deal, no problem. New mouse, new me. What's up? Korean mice on the way. Call me Pulse on the way. I got that red beam on you. Bro, hectic first, and we're gonna see Ab and Goonman.
Yeah, the super, it's always deceptive, like they don't have it yet. Honestly, going down first. Quacks with the high bomb over, another sack out of bowl as well. They're now charging out the sentry gun, and they do get it. Wait a second, nice backstep from Shadowway onto the side, too. No sniper, no sentry gun.
Oh, Shadowway making waves for his team. And it's absolutely a tsunami. Hold up, earthquake category 7. Make it double 11. Ooh, 7-Eleven gas station with a terrible coffee. Go ahead, tell them. Uber ad for the side of goonmanChubbzdaniel. Could see something kind of go crazy. Could see him go ahead and utilize that Uber, take it all the way back, and that's exactly what we're going ahead and seeing as they take that Uber. Battalions does go ahead and get popped. It may not be enough to stop everybody, but hold up, Bo on the tracks with Blake, going ahead and potentially losing his life. Or does he get that 2-pipe? Blake still trying to fight, but doesn't want to contest. He wants to save Poseidon. He knows that the fight is not going to be in his favor. Second point, going ahead and being captured. 3 minutes and 41 seconds, still making great time with Fish being right in the position. So to probably go for something slight. Uber ad is actually in the hands of Witness Gaming. We could see an aggressive styled Uber if they utilize it right, if they use it right. It all depends on the positioning move.
Yeah, this, like, the scoreline almost doesn't add up because we think, like, oh no, Witness Gaming, like, wiped and backed all the way up, but honestly, 341 is a pretty good defense for the first 2 points, so they're nothing too shabby for them here. Blake not even close to that Uber, healing from the low ground. Trax going for the bomb over. They do force Uber out, chasing Blake all the way down. Trax here. Wait, Vicious floats Blake down to 20 HP. He manages to just barely survive, and now on 90% Uber.
33-8. Blake really said, I might be too strong on compliments, overdose on confidence, started not give it, and stop feeling the consequence. Caught him headline, cause that man is drizzy with the Uber, and he about to be a GOAT. Actually, I probably can't say that guy's name anymore. I forgot Kendrick Lamar said something to him. Anyway, Uber and for the side of Goonman, but they are on tracks. Uber does get utilized. Charlotte does lose his life, along with Hype. DT is no more. He has lost his life. He is no more. Lenny, with the pick from Ether. This post fight is all we're gonna see. It could be all she wrote with Erie and the rest. After going ahead and exploding on the cart, Pablo getting the pick on the fish. Blank going ahead and fighting Pablo. Tori gonna go ahead and meet with Blank. Pablo going ahead and getting on this cart, just trying to get as much pressure as he can, but it's not going to be enough. I've been setting up a mini sentry. Shadow looks like he's trying to go a little bit behind, trying to go ahead and go for something. Yeah, Pablo and Blank fighting again. Ooh, a little bit even. Pablo 33 HP, but it's not gonna lose his life. Shadow going the long way, trying to see if he can put himself in a solid position to go for a stab. But as we're saying, that Uber ad is on the side of with this game. Shadow looks like he's about to make his move. We do see a lot of flames from Melon, just trying to spy check as much as she can. Sentry gun does go down from Mayo. Uber does immediately come out as well. Doesn't look like any pick. Doesn't I say that? Ether on the cusp of getting that nice pick with Shadowway. Sapping the gun, getting the Rebel. Ooh, actually, yeah, getting the Rebel pick and all his destruction as well. Also now on the toy, trying to go ahead and shot down. 5 shots of this shot. Just went ahead and disappearing again into the night like a light. Oh my god, he does not want to get spun out. Rogue. Oh, it's Poseidon. Oh, no, DT gets the pick. And it's going to be the third point with 6 minutes and 5 seconds. After your third point, Rogue, this could be the treacherous last hold that they need to see something crazy.
6 minutes, already a good time. This double skybox high bomb here. You're going for just a sentry gun. You want to kind of clear that way. Lenny also going for the hero shot, not finding it. Toy playing very well defended by Spawn. Only 50% Uber on both sides. Right now, Chubbs does have an opportunity to make something happen. Like, they could charge forward. They could, take a, exchange that's not an exchange and just see what they get. Instead, they're opting to build that Uber up, sending a lot of their players across the flank. Fish calling this all out way in advance, saying, yeah, Blake is coming right this way. He will be on flank in 10 or so seconds. Wait a second. Now they're changing their mind. Working their way through Red Room now. Here comes the Uber.
Does get utilized, and crucial pivotal picks from Carson and Pablo. This post fight could be disastrous for Witness Gaming. No post, no positioning, and a lot of people from the side of Goonman have high ground. Oh, but trying to go ahead and break Honesty's legs. Gun trying to go back up. DT and the rest trying to go to court. Wait a second, this disastrous last could be a blast from the past. Battalions going ahead from after. Shadowway going ahead. Catching eyes, keeping them at bay. Blank on the flank, trying to go ahead and make a make. Oh my God! Incredible hold! Absolutely incredible hold from the side of Witness. What am I witnessing here? And that's no pun intended. A last hold with classes, pivotal, or your post fights die. And it doesn't matter. Witness Gaming decides they're gonna hold that with their hands and knees intact. Beautiful last defense, absolute last defense from Witness Gaming Road.
Well, this cart, Shadowway trying to keep it from rolling back. If you leave the cart alone too long, it starts to go backwards, and that's the opposite direction we want. Right now, Bull going for, again, the strike peek, and honestly, kind of having this crossfire. Wait a second, Pablo and Cracks all the way up to Blank. Blank can't hold them back. The gun goes down. The Uber's forced out. They're peeking from every single door at the same time. Now Shadowway spawn all the way back in, getting in position by the enemy spawn. Melon trying to shove them back, but they're falling apart at the seams.
A beautiful last could turn into something, but some hot ass. Oh, and that's exactly what it's gonna turn into. Some grade A cheek. Nah, just kidding. It was still solid. I'd say that's probably about average, Rogue. I'd say roughly 8 minutes. I'd say somewhere around there.
Yeah, well, I think that's the average for the league, but honestly, I think at the top invite level, you would say maybe 5.5 minutes, 5-ish, 15 is average. So, I mean, for a team like this, if you get a cap time of 6.5, 7 minutes, that's a lot. 8.5, I think this is a very tough shout here for Chubbs to defend that long. And man, this is some of my favorite TF2 to watch. it felt like, you know, Witness Gaming, like, oh, they overstayed on first and called these crazy plays, and then like they wiped on second and then had this crazy salvage on third and even last. Like they never really set up, but they still put up a better time than you could hope for if you followed the textbook, right? Like, you know, we talked, I think, last week, like there's a difference between like, you know, falling with style, right? Not exactly flying. It's not like they're calling a perfect game, but they're losing so slowly and making it so painful for Chubbs to get, you know, every bit of this cart time that, yeah, Witness Gaming is here to play and here to win.
At this point in time, you know, you hit the nail on the head. And what we pretty much have to see is, can Witness Gaming emulate that similar, if not faster, push to go ahead and secure their first round? Regardless of how you look at it, it all depends on what their plan is and how they execute it. We did see a sack going ahead from the first pick from the side of Goonman. It could look like with this game, it could potentially take the same thing. It just kind of depends how this is going to go. With Shadowway actually going ahead and getting cleavered by Blank. No information being given to goonmanChubbz, as we're currently slowly but steadily right on this cart, just trying to push it the way through. We're not taking an exchange just yet. Toy is out, so it looks like we are most definitely going to take an exchange. And at this point, Rogue, this could be crazy. A nice little standard procedure, nice little standard. Ooh, with Honesty actually, beautiful pick. Honesty actually is going to go ahead and get picked up in that with Blank going behind. Probably going to try to see if he can go for the teleporter as Shadowway getting picked up again. No information for goonmanChubbz as we see. It's Campbell soup. It's winter, and you're in your bed, and you're trying to overcome the sickness. The sickness being the ether bomb, the collapse, the Witness Gaming contest with Shadowway going ahead and getting killed by the DT traps up in the boards. They are up in their faces. They do not want them to get this one whatsoever. Poseidon on the hill at an angle. Quack's going deep, trying to see if he can get on Poseidon, but yo, he's going for the toy pick actually. A beautiful pick. Oh, forgive me. Oh, he was on Mantrix. Oh, the air blast could do. Oh, Ether. No, Ether. No. Into the pit you go. Oh my God. But Blank, can Blank find this? Oh, but Blank is not going to be able to find it. He's going to actually go ahead and get shut down by Pablo. How Pablo hold heat, then preach non-violence. Shh, he about to speech. Come on, silence. Oh my God, on this starry night, I saw the light, heard the voice that sounded like Barry White and said, sure, you're right. Connor Pablo with the 3K coming here, not playing. With the Uber ad in the side of goonmanChubbz road.
They're working their way out main here. Witness Gaming, yeah, they lose DT, they lose Melon, they lose Ether. Oh my. Only Toy left now on 50 HP, basically running back. But wait a second, Poseidon just charging forward saying, oh, he gets his man.
Oh my God.
Like, how do we not clear him? Come on. But wait, Toy going down in the back lines. Pablo recognizing, like, wait, their whole team's gone. Who's going to stop me? So just runs at the medic in a straight line and gets Toy.
Oh my God. 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 I have seen some things in my life, but that little shot that we just saw from Quacks, oh, great heavens, great heavens. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited my glasses are fogging up. But as we're seeing it, so ad for goonmanChubbz as the Uber does get utilized, and realistically, the only people that are dying are going to be Honesty and Shadowway. No one else is going to go ahead and die from the side of the defense. But 5 minutes and 43 seconds left on the clock. Rogue, the way this is looking, this could be a solid second hold for the side of goonmanChubbz, but I ain't gonna say anything yet because it's still gonna be 5 minutes, and a lot can happen in 5 minutes. But Witness Gaming is gonna go ahead and work with this Uber ad.
And I'd say too, this Chubbs team are sort of the pioneers of playing the second point really well because they have like a fallback plan where they play on tracks. Feels like every time we mentor teams too, you say like, you should play on tracks if you lose the main hold, and everyone is like, no, but this time we don't need to play tracks, and every time it's the wrong call. So anyway, right now, this is the hold that Chubbs needed. Here comes the Uber 2 force out so early, charging forward across this hill. Nice play.
Oh my goodness gracious! It's like a straight missile coming at you. I've already said it. Predator missile, Modern Warfare 2, the 2007 version. You just go ahead and pop off with 3 picks, and you go ahead and you get a pick. It's just that simple. It's that simple. Putting the ad in the hands of Witness Gaming once more, who's got 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go ahead and turn this into a round 1. But currently, as we're seeing, DT's going ahead and peek in the corner by himself. He don't need no team. As we see, Honestly going ahead and peeking as well, trying to see if he can go ahead and put DT to rest. But Honestly, it's going to lose his life as well with Poseidon and Quack to the mini sentry behind. This is looking very favorable for the side of side of Witness Gaming, who's actually going to go ahead and take this. Ether high in the sky again, actually go playing more for the flank, trying to go ahead and spam this gun out, which is only level 1. Gun goes ahead and dies, and they're going to go ahead and secure the 3rd point. goonmanChubbz doesn't want to fight that. They want to see if they can get this Uber, but the gun goes up. Witness has 2 choices very quickly. Do they go for the sack, or do they take the Uber in and go for kills, take the positioning, and supplement spawn? As we currently we're seeing, the Uber is used. No one's going for the gun yet. After going behind, DT does die. Blake does get picked by Adler. What's the bullet? And it's just going to be more in favor of the side. It's anybody's game right now. Actually, it's actually player ad for the side of Witness Gaming, but they don't have the card. They have to wait for the card. It is not cock. You have to wait for your card, but you do have ad. So if this turns into a situation to where they can't get there fast enough, they can't reach a spawn rogue, they still have the Uber edition to work with.
If Blake was playing back, he was sort of doing everything right, but just, you know, didn't seal the deal, didn't play far back enough. Right now, the offense is locking them out here. The defense can't get anywhere near the card. Here goes Erie locking them out, and we have round number 1 going in favor of Witness Gaming here on map number 2 in this best of 5, which is really map number 3 because of the 1 advantage. Point is, Witness Gaming is running away with it.
Oh my goodness gracious. What is happening, my brothers and sisters? What I expected to be my prediction still stands. Oh my gosh, I was scared for a second. We just saw 8 minutes and 35 seconds get converged in half, if not a little more than a half. Something insane was happening, Rogue, and my eyes could not believe, especially Ether and these missile bombs, bro. What is happening?
Yeah, Ether is really playing out of his mind. Like, you know, we saw like both of these soldiers really did their homework. Like the Quacks bombs on this map. I mean, we've seen Quacks, I guess, over the past year make his debut and invite Highlander here, and you can see how well he's doing playing on all these best teams, right? So you think like, oh wow, Quacks bombs look so good and they accomplish something, but it's these round-winning bombs from Ether time and time again that, you know, put you in the driver's seat here to bring home the crown, bring home the championship. Yeah, it feels like Witness Gaming just is so tenacious in this one and has so much wind in their sails, right? We saw, I think, so much coming out of Chubbs, but like, you know, giving up 3rd, great call. Holding 2nd that long, fantastic. But, you know, just, again, like, you know, having a medic die to the soldier like that, you know, you're expecting that bomb. The card's not even close. You have nothing to defend. Like, you can have your medic almost play in spawn, and yet that one drop was what led to the entire round win for Witness Gaming. So, yeah, Chubbs has to really, like, I hope they take, like, a good 5 minutes, 10 minutes in this halftime. Like, you know, go for a walk outside, you know, meditate on this one a couple of minutes, just take a step away because they need a hard reset.
At this point in time, it is, oh my, the amount, like Goonman was doing solid. Goonman had some solid plays. They pretty much, even at the points where they were going ahead and pressuring and pushing in certain styles in certain ways, overwhelming, overcoming, we definitely saw it. That's why they were able to go ahead and cap, right? It's payload. It'd be kind of crazy if you weren't capping, but that just means you were kind of getting held on a point for a little long, you know what I'm saying? What I like from goonmanChubbz is that their aggression is definitely there. It is definitely adamant. It is definitely getting the picks that they need to get in the situations that kind of call for it. But when it comes to Witness Gaming and how they're taking away a lot of these collapses and their picks, they're taking that energy and they're basically stepping it up a notch. So if we saw that, I mean, they just wiped immediately on the 1st point, took it immediately all the way to 2nd, went in spawn camp, but they did get held. They were being held at 2nd for quite a long time, but managed to go ahead and pretty much roll through 3rd because of picks. And even on that Uber, they lost the Uber pick. They lost one of the Ubers, went for another refight. It was looking bad, but the post just went ahead a lot more in their favor. They're taking risk, and players that I thought were already selfless are pretty much being nothing but selfless when it comes here. Only selfish when it's pretty much time to prepare, selfless when it comes to execution. And I would say that at this point in time, I'm seeing it better from Witness Gaming than I am Goonman, but it could all change. There's still another half, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we're loading our way back in. I mean, I have a couple like shout outs on just the stats here. That was a crazy stat line from Pablo on the losing team, still putting up scout on payload 17 and 11. And like you imagine, half those deaths are to just pushing cart. So Pablo playing super well. I mean, Blank, of course, getting even more kills and half as many deaths. So Blank playing out of his mind. But I also want to shout out, I think, like, honestly, having a tougher stat line here. I mentioned, like, Dotwet is a great heavy who will go and, like, draw the eyes of the enemy so the rest of the team can follow up. Honestly, it's not really that way. So I think for Honesty to take this much damage and go down that many times, it's like the team is kind of making these plays up on the fly rather than having, like, really solid defaults. So, yeah, again, I'm hoping they just, like, call harder, call faster, call more often, and see if they can rally behind the kind of flow chart that they have on this map.
Oh, it's gonna be... Dude. Rogue, help! I have no words! I have no words!
Yeah, so this map is a like best of 3 rounds, and basically the score in the best of 5 is 1-to-1 maps. So whoever wins this will be on, like, you know, tournament points in terms of maps. So if Witness Gaming get another round here, they just have to win one of the next 2 maps, which, by the way, are both their own choice. Speaking of which, they open up the door here with Poseidon getting the first snipe onto Lenny, ringing in the bell with the first frag of the round. Now working their way out onto Cart with the Uber, so they're going to exchange early.
How will goonmanChubb stop this exchange? How will they prevent the kill on the Quack? Oh, Nelly, that's how you stop the kill on the Quack. You get that nice little rocket with a nice little pick, but DT did get that pick on Bowl, and Quack's just gonna go ahead and go immediately in, try to get a pick on somebody, but it's not gonna go ahead and find picks, but everyone else on the side of the goonmanChubbs is, as Melon is going ahead and pressuring the Cart, going to go ahead and get shredded up by Honesty, who is peeking the hill, but it's gonna go ahead and get pressured off Blank. Wants that kill. DT knows about this kill, wants to go ahead and chase it as well, but these arrows from Blank gonna keep him at bay. But no Lenny, Poseidon is also away. Oh, just kidding, Honesty, before he lost his life. And Bo! Hold the phone, Bo is dead to Ether. And just as you thought this couldn't get worse for Goonman, first cap, but it is first cap at this point. You know, we do see Hyphen still living. We are seeing the gun slowly but surely going up. But Melon? Yes. Yep. Absolutely. That was a play that we could not fathom. We are not playing the game right now. We didn't hear the comm, so it may have just been something that we didn't see. But what we are going to see is both teams get Uber, and most likely an exchange happening.
This, yeah, even Uber exchange here, getting ready over hill. We have the Cart pushers basically getting Cart in position right now. The offense backing way up. Shadow is going to be calling this, and they get forced so early. Almost half the Uber is used just getting in. Carson reflecting himself all the way back out. Going to survive for it. Pablo running forward. Quack's running forward. Basically, we exchange these Ubers and have nothing much to show for it in post. Eerie just going down on Cart. A fast sap.
Quacks went for a bomb, almost got toyed. What was his demise? The building, this little beam, that's when you're walking uphill, splash that instead of the ground. Oh, if it was open, it could have been a kill. Unfortunate for Quacks, but we are gonna still, it's still gonna be practically even. So we gotta see how they're gonna go ahead and put their step-by-step into play, bro. Gotta see what this game has got up in the play.
Yeah, we want to see like a fast, like, dry push from them, and actually Toy is pretty committed here. And they're going for the high bomb up top. Huge snap. Switch getting the sentry gun in there. Goes Blake. A shot from Poseidon from side tunnel.
Poseidon is just picking the door like it's whack-a-mole for his team. 2 minutes and 48 seconds left on the clock. Still working with a fast, but honestly collecting frags. Hold up before his death. Little two-piece wonder, no blunder, you know what I'm saying? He said, my name, honestly, I speak nothing but the truth and nothing but I keep it a hoe with me. As we're currently going to see a significant ad for the side of Witness Gaming. So at this point in time, they have a lot of ways they really can use this Uber. Most likely, they'll go ahead, get the simple stuff done, try to go ahead and get the go ahead and get the gun, see what else they can kind of get within it, clear the flank, see what's happening. Quack's up in the air, trying to go immediately, trying to just get some general information that Charleway is on, trying to see if he can put himself in position to go ahead and get some type of pick, most likely onto the med, but honestly, anybody will work. With Eerie also losing his life as well, Uber is coming out. We aren't seeing the gun immediately go down yet. Most likely just taking this Uber and going immediately into him. Fish does die by Bull. Gun going down. Post-fight is probably going to be more in favor of goonmanChubb, and it's exactly what's happening. They're just coming in from the shoulder and just eating up. Oh, they're eating up like another holiday meal. Kwanzaa, put it up on the board. They're eating very good. All those candles up, all those beautiful candles. Oh my gosh. goonmanChubb said, enough! Enough! I do not want to get off this point. I do not want to go to last. I'm going to stay on this point, and I want to hold you with this game.
Yeah, they needed this, I think. again, like 248 through the first 2 points is a pretty solid time for the offense. So for this defense to sort of reset here, like full out for the defense. Now we have our players holding off the flank here. Poseidon trying to go for the snipe through like sort of the middle area, basically, not too close to cart, not too far. Finding nothing for it right now. After trying to clear this flank, but mostly trading spam. This is great. Actually, the gun came a little closer. It's getting pretty low. It does go down. Quack's going for the counter bomb onto DT, and the Uber gets forced.
Blink got the pick on the Quacks. That was crazy. Shot away trying to also. Oh my god! These people are still alive. Ether with 4 HP. Can he get the pick? And he gets the pick! That's crazy! Ether, 4 HP wonder. Still going ahead and aiming down like, Now that would truly be a blunder. Oh my, and we are seeing, I see some Bolomeo traps, some make a silly bully traps. If they go through that, if they go through this little door, do they go ahead and get launched up into the sky? Type trap, we'll never know. We'll have to see. Uber still in the hands. We are gonna go ahead and see it, taking straight into the spawn. Ether coming in on the post as well. Gun doesn't immediately going down. Tearing blank the shreds, but they're still gonna live with Shadowway getting the pick on the DT as well. No combo for the side of goonmanChubbz, but that's not gonna stop them. They're gonna go ahead and try to throw the bodies on the car. But Ether on the behind with the behind with the behind. Go ahead with Blake. Go ahead securing another potential wipe for the side of Witness. Another wipe on third point of all points. This is not what you want to see if you're a Chubbs for Dubs fan. As we're looking at a 3-second spawn for everybody except Pablo, we are going to get numbers. Carson losing his life. Bull just trying to keep positioning in the lob and sickness. He does not need to commit his body to go ahead and keep the spam up. Shadowway trying to put himself in position to put himself behind. It is still going to be ad for the side of Witness Gaming. Honestly, being overwhelmed in the flank, going to have to retreat along with Quacks, who is losing his life to Eerie with 6, and Pablo as well. Eerie! As we're currently still seeing 95% Uber. Looks like they want to take it in no flank inside of goonmanChubbz. Ether goes ahead and gets mid-slide. Honestly, he's still alive. Lenny loses his life as well. He's close by. Ooh! Eerie! Eerie on the 5K. Eerie on the 5K. I don't know how to say it any other way. This Uber is in, and they're turning them into din-din. Oh my god. Not only did they save off roughly 2 minutes from the 8 minute and 30 seconds that goonman's had with this game, he just decided to roll it in and just keep it a buck. They don't give a. Oh my god, bro. What's happening? What's happening?
Woo, yeah, close one on our hands here. We're in, this is the grand finals that the people are all here for. We've got a pretty solid time on the clock. I think, yeah, like we discussed before, like 6:30 is going to be, you know, tough but not impossible. We have now, honestly, that Witness Gaming defense on first was too good in the first half. They held for like more than 2.5 minutes on first. That's a number we don't even see with like the, well, with a lot of these Chubbs players kind of are specialists at the forward hold, and a lot of them helped kind of come up with that play. So for Witness Gaming to come here and sort of perfect it, or at least kind of give them a taste of their own medicine, yeah, I'm curious to see if Witness Gaming can sort of recreate that magic. But I still can't get over it. Ether's playing out of his mind tonight. What a standout. Like, Ether's always been great with this team, I think, over the past many seasons. But for him to like keep putting up these enormous bombs, I'm like just already on his cam for what he's gonna do next.
I am acknowledging things that I did not think we were going to be acknowledging here in this Grand Finals, Rogue, and I have to say it is lovely. As Pablo is actually going to be the first person to die by Poseidon, but Rogue, you know, we did see him sack on the first life here. It's the potential that it could happen again, or but where we do see, I don't actually see Blake coming out, so that's exactly what's probably going to happen again, if I had to say.
Yeah, right now working our way, oh, actually finally coming out with the super now. Fish calling this way in advance, though. Fish actually in such a solid position, not getting found. A fast exchange, and actually the defense using really early. We don't want to risk taking any damage, losing any players. But wait, Quacks with a very high bomb, getting launched into the stratosphere here. Rebel holding the gun. Oh my god, the damage still trades. Pablo in on Eerie, Hyphen in on Eerie. Eerie on 1 HP, 3 HP. Going, eating the sandwich. It's like, you ever see that picture of the guy brushing his teeth at the club? Shot away back in. Now Melon going down, Poseidon going down. This pick class is doing the Lord's work here. The offense charging their way forward. Rebel just barely getting out with the Eureka effect. So he's going to survive, but without the sentry.
Yuri is playing out of his gosh darn gourd. As the sacks are coming out, Quacks, he's gonna find his kill. No, he's not. Poseidon is right there to go ahead and stop whatever nonsense that Quacks was going ahead and trying to do. But Quacks putting up nonsense? Never. These bombs have still been doing a lot, just as we're seeing it too. I was just seeing that Ubers are going to be even. Most likely, what's going to happen is, if I had to guess, the exchange will happen. A post, but Poseidon's actually dead, so the exchange will definitely happen. They'll play the post, and depending on how Witness Gaming decides to play their post, it could be detrimental. But every time I say that, they just prove me wrong. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not going to lie to you. Now Shadowway goes ahead and loses his life to Blank, and Melon running the homewrecker. Nice Quacks high in the sky, trying to go ahead and land on some of the battalions. Goes ahead, utilize. No one is dying except Fish. And Poseidon with his respawn back up defense. You have a longer respawn, that's just how it is. Ubers have been exchanged. DT does die by Lenny, who's on a 5K. 5K, no way. Call him Brax, I will never lose. That was his alias at one point. He will never lose. Melon in, going ahead and causing distractions along with Hector, who's getting the pick on the ball, and Shadowway, but that's going to be awesome, bro. With Lenny also dying to Poseidon as well. At this point in time, we have some card pressure from Hyphen and Pablo, who are trying to kill Rebel, and they do succeed, and they're just causing terror for the rest. DT cleaning them up. Doesn't want them to push hard anymore. Quack, again, being selfless, getting his picks, but goes ahead and gets piped by DT. Oh my goodness. Bull being the next person to be on the car as well, with the rest of the team on the hill. Bull just trying to get this pressure on the car, and he's not going to go ahead and do it, putting his life on the car before anybody else. He's just trying to go ahead and set it forward. Fish dies by Carson. Ethel in the sky. Uber does immediately come out as well from both teams, and exchange is happening before your eyes. Honesty and Shadowway are going to be the first to die within this Uber, and the post is happening now with Quacks high in the sky, trying to get this pick on the Toy. Chasing Toy, but just going to go ahead and get denied. Carson dies by Blink, and the Gula team, the Gala team, at this point in time, they're just trying to get this pressure on the car, but Ethel is coming in. Doing nothing but to stop this. DT and the rest, a lot of Blank players and combo players from the side of Witness Gaming have died, which Rogue is going to go ahead and set them back to third. But if I was Witness Gaming with 3 minutes and 12 seconds left on the clock, I mean, I am going to work with this Uber at tier 2. It could be drastic, especially because Lenny and Bo are already on tracks trying to see if they can find a victim to go ahead and annihilate.
Bull spacing them out here with the beam from Blake and Lenny on this longer angle. Honesty on the flank, but wait a second, Eerie and everyone else spots him out way sooner. They take the long way to point. That's a top level strategy. You take the long way just so that they don't find you until you're ready for them. And the offense is getting eaten alive. Yeah, that 3-player wrap from, what was it, Eerie, Ether, and maybe Blank, who went all that long way around to the high ground to split the offense attention. If Witness Gaming all came out the same door, this point is gone. But because they managed to have that crossfire together, now look at this. They have a forward hold set up. Toy is all the way in, full Uber. Blake is lucky to even have a decent exchange, let alone win it.
Oh, the way I'm seeing this too, Rogue, is something insane. I just feel like, not even just feel like, Melon actually gets picked by Honesty. Nice little pick there from Honesty. What you want to see there? Any Honesty fans? Just what I'm saying. Poseidon going ahead and losing his life to Lenny as well. Lenny just going ahead, looks in a little bit more in the SP. It's really just, it's kind of, oh my god, there's just so much happening with Quacks going ahead and bombing the spawn, making this kill on the DT along with Pablo, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Card pressure is going ahead and starting now with Eerie trying his best to secure, but it's not going to go ahead and secure that. Quacks was almost going to be the one to get his victim, but at this point in time, they are just going to go ahead and hold last. With 1 minute and 38 seconds left, it is anybody's game at this point. I can't tell you if one or the other is going to win. Bull, though, and Lenny, though, are going to go ahead and be the first two to die from peaking a little bit aggro. They knew that these players would do it because they got a little bit hungry, but the thing about getting hungry and eating, you eat too much, you get a little slow, you get a little fat, and then you can't move too much, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and this offense here, basically, there's only time for one Uber for Blake here. So they have to either win off that Uber completely, or, by the way, losing your heavy early is a pretty tough one. The only one sort of pushing card there, honestly. But now you're going to have to go all in on this one Uber or win in post. Trade everything and then keep pushing nonstop until the round is over. Quack's calling out this flank. Shadowway actually getting found and then manages to escape, okay. Blank finds him again with the Christmas ornament. Here comes the Uber, the Terror Uber through Redbury.
Oh, then he does go ahead and die, which the post, and Boldo goes ahead and dies too. This post is not going to be solid depending on how the flank go ahead and plays this out. Quack's losing his life, but Pablo sees a victim, and his name is Fish, and he wants to go, no, never mind. That's exactly what's going to happen. He actually did get the pick, but Fish, well, even though he died, the Pablo Blink went ahead and go ahead and got the pick. I thought it was the other way around. I thought he butter knifed him and got the pick, but it's 24 seconds left, and at this point in time, They pretty much have to go, but Battalions is going to go ahead and get used as well. Quacks behind the sky, but it's going to get denied by the level 3. 15 seconds, DT goes ahead and dies, and it's just all you can eat for the point. I hear a brass piece. It was eerie, and the fighting is actually more in favor, because this gun is still up, and we're going to go to steal for map 3.
Ooh, there goes Witness Gaming, not dropping a single round in this grand finals where they are the underdog. They came through the lowest bracket finals. When these two teams face off against each other, it was more or less a clean sweep for goonmanChubbzdaniel just 2 weeks ago. So yeah, Witness Gaming did their homework, put in the hours, and they're taking us now to Steel, where if Witness Gaming wins on Steel, they win the grand finals. If Chubbs manages to start that reverse sweep, then we'll be taking it to the final map, which will be Swiftwater. But boy, oh boy, is the momentum in favor of Witness Gaming, huh?
Oh, it is glorious to see a Steel decider, a Steel potential decider. Us not well. I didn't think we see grand finals on Steel. I didn't think we were gonna see it. But here's what I will tell you. Here's why. Before I go ahead and actually, let's just explain it real quick. Let's just explain it. The logs, Rogue. The logs are telling a story, and that story is DT with 609 damage per minute. Goodness gracious! The absolute carnage coming out from Witness Gaming was there. They did not get one round. It was a 0. It was a 0-2. The 2 being Witness. Put 2 and 2 together in a little bad weather. And you see your whole family on that funeral line. And that funeral line is potentially going to be Goonman the way this is being played. The way that I'm seeing this whole game unfold is baffling. And before I say anything else, people, when we come back to the gameplay, I need you to focus your attention on the heavy class, because there is something going crazy. This is a shout out to Kira and Berto, by the way, early. But Rogue, your take. What was it that goonmanChubbz could not secure the dub? What was happening?
Oh, Jamon, yeah, they managed to find those kind of crucial holds, right? Like Witness Gaming would come in hot, maybe Witness Gaming had ad or whatever, and then Chubbs held out, right? They kind of had those low odds plays that did come through, so they kind of had what they needed. But it felt like Witness Gaming always had something in the tank, right? They have these star players, they have people like Ether going absolutely crazy, Rebel honestly going crazy. Everyone in chat is recognizing the talent recognizes talent. Everyone shouting out Rebel knows what's actually going on in this neck of the woods. So Witness Gaming always has those two players like as rocks. And I mean, other people too, like, oh my God, Blank putting up still crazy numbers. Eerie Person really like just constantly doing the right thing. Like his team was always set up for success. Ether even second damaging, honestly. That's a big shout. But on the other side, I want to note that like Lenny still went very positive. Like 14 and 9 is a great stat line, and Blake had 1,600 heals per minute, like almost 200 more per minute than Toy, even though Blake died a lot more times. So yeah, these medics these stats like kind of paint a picture where yeah, it is tough now seeing like Pablo going even, the rest of the team going like even or maybe negative, especially again seeing Bull have like this to me is such an anomaly. Like even in Bull's toughest matches, I've never seen a stat line like this. So, this is telling me that something's really wrong in their camp. But hey, the point of Steel is like, it's such a high variance map, and these players are so smart, so clutch. It really is anyone's game on this map anyway.
For one, yeah, at this point in time, I think people went from a grand finals that was potentially going to look more in favorable of goonmanChubbz to at this point, it realistically can be anyone's game. And even more along that line, Witness Gaming could, if this goes the way that certain people could go, if they are going the whole 9 yards, this could absolutely be the dub. This could be a Witness Gaming grand finalist players, but also a Witness Gaming grand finalist players that won on Steel as the final map and also got an extra map within there as well. And honestly, I, I, I don't know what's happening. It literally at this point is anybody's game. We could see steel. We could not even see steel. If we don't see steel, you have to also realize if we are not seeing steel, we are definitely going to be seeing the other map, the Swiftwater, which is also picked by Witness Gaming. So realistically, this could go a lot of ways, Rogue.
Yeah, this one, I'm curious too, like how much work these teams might have put into it, because we saw during the main season actually that Chubbs had a like basically got upset on this map and lost to Squirtier, I believe. So you know, this map is always tough. Like for anyone maybe new, if you're here joining us for these grand finals, then first of all, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Second, we have a sort of new format here where it's still like the stopwatch thing where like, you know, one team sets a time on offense and then they swap and see if the other team can beat it. But this one is only over once E is capped. You could, you know, capturing A makes it easier to cap E. Capturing B makes it even easier, and so on. So what we see sometimes is these teams will go just A to E in like a desperation play or like a, you know, hyper aggressive play. The round's over in 2 or 3 minutes. Other times we'll see them go A, B, C, D, E, and it'll go on for what, 13 minutes, 14 minutes, you know, this crazy time. So really the world is your oyster for your main caller and for your strategists here on the map.
I am definitely seeing a lot, but I'm gonna go ahead. Listen, this could absolutely be anyone's map, and from all the people at home, as you can see on your screen that we are back as you're doing predictions, I'm going to tell you to please pay attention to the heavy class. There is something a little different about the heavy class. Something a little. Oh, never mind. Say less. Say less. As predictions are basically going on, as them are going on, Rogue, what are your predictions for the map? Because like I said, it realistically could go anywhere. It could be anything to goonmanChubbz winning and we go to Swiftwater. It could be Witness Gaming winning and they're pretty much just gonna kind of go from there. Please give me your insight, your truest insight of how this could unfold.
You know what? I think if Chubbs were to pick themselves up by their bootstraps, they would have done it by now. I'm going to call this a clean 2-0 for Witness Gaming, and they take the grand finals win off this map. But what about you?
I think the way that this has been looking, I truly think, because what team did goonmanChubbz lose against to? Was it Squirtier on Steel, if I had to remember?
I think that's right, yeah.
I think it was Squirtier on Steel, which Kira, and if there's one people I know that solid on Steel in the main calls, it's Kira,
yeah,
and it's Exile. I don't think I've seen Exile lose on Steel once, actually. But what I can tell you is that I think it'll be a 2-0 for Witness Gaming, the way that we have seen every other game happen. But we may have just cursed them. I'm not playing devil's advocate. This could be the situation where this could just be GG all the way through. It's gonna be difficult to tell, man. It's gonna be insane. It's gonna be insane to see them.
Yeah, this let me see. Yeah, actually, I'm curious myself. So it looks like Chubbs is going to be on offense first, Witness Gaming on defense. Now, there's a lot of like philosophy that goes back and forth with, you know, do you want to be on offense or defense first? Do you want to set the pace, or do you want to know what you're up against, right? So I think these teams are, for Chubbs, like for them to kind of find their footing here, I think it's great that they're on offense first, because if like imagine a world where like Witness Gaming just runs over Team Chubbs and like, you know, this is another map they can't get their footing on. No, now they have time to make those mistakes. So I think like even if the first round is a little hard fought, Chubbs will hopefully have something to work with as a result.
It's hard to root for Goonman, only because literally how both of these maps have gone. They're still playing great. They're still playing great TF2. Don't let me not get it twisted. They're still playing great TF2. They're still playing phenomenal TF2. If they win against roughly any other team within this season, it probably would be more in favor of them to win on like a map like Steel. But I'm gonna say not Squirtier, because they did not beat Squirtier on Steel. So I'm gonna accept Squirtier from that. Squirtier still has that over them. But what I can say, if it was anyone else besides Squirtier, and witness, because I haven't seen it. Realistically, they could go ahead and just wipe whoever on Steel. With this being the potential decider map, the potential win for Witness Gaming, they have planned for this. They know exactly what they want to do because goonmanChubbz did not take the time to go ahead and decide what they're going to go ahead and pick in their pick bands. That gave them the ability for Witness Gaming to go ahead and claim this map. And if they felt Steel, if they picked Steel, then they are 1,000, if not 100,000% confident that they are going to get the better outcome on this map.
2, 1.
Yeah, it's a real head scratcher for me too. But listen, that was then, this is now. And, we saw this Chubbs team. I mean, this is the most decorated Highlander team in RGL history, right? Especially the players individually. We find them in grand season after season, year after year. Hopefully they're here to show us why. For Witness Gaming, of course, they're no slouches themselves. Ever since they kind of came together as a group, they took that breakout grand finals win. And, looks like we'll just re-exec real quick. Someone's still a little bit AFK here, not a big deal. But regardless, yeah, this Witness Gaming crew coming together, making a name for themselves. It always feels like an uphill battle, especially after last week, but we'll see what we got. We'll see if they're able to keep holding it down.
I hope if anything else, I'm sorry. I think this game is going to be phenomenal. I think that this is truly going to be a game where both teams, it's essentially going to be who is the hungriest player here? Who is the hungriest team? Because if they're satiated, they're going to lose. But if they're starving, if they basically have been in lost and afraid, or was it naked and afraid? They're naked and afraid, which means no food, no grub, no proper meal. It's only bugs and mealworms out into the wild. And at this point in time, whoever's starving or whoever wants that dub is going to secure that dub. It all depends on how this unfolds. And realistically, we could sit here and talk all night about how it's going to unfold, but we really won't know until what? Well, we can probably make our stronger decisions at like C capture, but it realistically will all depend how the setup is played. And I, for one, am excited to see how Witness Gaming is going to unfold the plan that they've kind of been cooking up. But Goonman could be there at the door to go ahead and stop them in case anything silly were to happen.
Yeah, you know what? I'm only just thinking about this now, but in Witness Gaming kind of getting to pick their desired order of the final maps, it's actually interesting they chose Steel over Swiftwater. I guess, like, on one hand, like, there's just so much variance on Steel that, like, even if you're really good, I guess if you're exiled, then you can't be beaten. But for everyone else, there's always that little chance that you get, you lose an A to E round and you drop that one round, and then that happens twice and the match is over, right? We saw that happen to Chubbs earlier this season. But for Witness Gaming to feel more confident on this than Swiftwater, I think says a lot too. Like, they could have chosen Swiftwater now and then Steel as the final map, but no, they wanted it in this order. So yeah, I'm guessing you're right that Witness Gaming is just very, very solid on this map. I mean, Rebel's playing out of his mind tonight. Ether is going to be a huge difference maker, like having the soldier hold down the flanks, find those openings on the offense, catch the rotates on defense, everything in between. I guess this Witness Gaming team is set up for success, and like, oh my god, DT, like, put him anywhere on the map and he's going to keep adding value. So yeah, I guess maybe I'm explaining my way into why they're so good on this map, especially because Chubbs is actually pretty good on Swiftwater.
Honestly, if it goes back to the point where it is, how would I put it? If it goes to Swiftwater, it kind of just, this may be crazy to say, even though it is Witness Gaming's pick. If the map goes to Swiftwater, if goonmanChubbz wins it, I'm gonna just go ahead and put my pre-prediction 4-2 for Goonman on Swift. If they lose, if Witness Gaming were to lose this match, this Steel match, the decider map, where Squartier beat goonmanChubbz, then they're losing Swiftwater. I'm calling it here. I'm locking it in. I'm putting in the bet, because at that point, it's not even like a mental thing. At that point, it's momentum. You lost all momentum at Steel of all the maps. Swiftwater should be just a slight little dub, might I say? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess we'll see. these teams, I guess whoever it was, AFK is really taking their time. It's important. I'm actually like a huge fan of these teams like taking a break in such a long series like this. You really like, it's such a, at the lower levels, like you need that game-winning play, or you need to just like not tilt, but I think at the top here, it's such a different mental game, to like understand when to peak and how is important. Like, for example, what if Chubbs like gave it 110% in the winners bracket finals 2 weeks ago, and that was like maybe their best roster and maybe their best strats and everything, and then they took the 2 weeks off kind of chilling, who knows, and then Witness Gaming worked super hard, and Witness Gaming's peaking now, right? It's like, you can't rest on those laurels. So sorry, they're really having a lot of fun in the chat here, but anyway, yeah, these seems like there's so much, I think, psychology and different like kind of philosophy that goes into this. So hopefully it works out for Chubbs. I mean, we've seen it work out real well for Witness Gaming. So here we go into the third map, which basically this is the tournament map for Witness Gaming. If they win this, they win it all. If not, then we go to the final tiebreaker decider map, which is Swiftwater.
This is the decider. And listen, if you see it now, you weren't going to see it then. Grand finals, we have another guest that's coming in. His name is Peter Griffin. He has come to slay the day and be the next thing within Team Fortress 2. You are seeing it live here. Both teams have went ahead. No effort, no Erie, no honesty. Peter Griffin, both maps. You already know something crazy gonna happen. Let me tell you, it is looking hot. But what also is gonna look hot is we got 5 seconds left into the game, brother. So Rogue, we're gonna see exactly. Could this be a little snipe for Lenny, or are we gonna see a little pick? I don't know.
Yeah, the A point is sort of a throwaway for anyone new here. It's so hard to defend A, and you get like, B is such a better defense, so you just basically give up A completely for free. So yep, they can have this, they can have the rotates. Bull going in for the charge. What was that, like one of the little shield things, charging forward? Yeah, there we go. I don't even know what that's called. It's like a pirate steering wheel. But anyway, now that we have this hard reset, we're gonna watch Fish calling out the offense, kind of rotating back behind. The rest of their crew coming out main here, getting ready for a sack run exchange.
And just as we're saying that, Lenny's actually going to go ahead and get his pick, or actually vice versa. Blank's going to get his pick on the Lenny, as a little bit of a sack that's really just decided to happen, but it doesn't look like anyone else is going ahead and dying. A point, usually it's just like a dead capture. It usually goes ahead and gets point, but Hyphen is going ahead and send up a teleporter and a gun in the flank, which I don't believe Witness Gaming realistically is expecting it. But with Hyphen already set up and ready to go, it's going to be exactly how they want to go ahead and contest E, especially because they have a gun. Erie not losing his life to Bold, just his aim, but Lenny does go ahead and get his pick on the melon. And just like I said on this flank, it probably will wait for a Pablo, as on this next respawn, to see if we can go ahead and contest the A to E. We do actually see a sentry. What a nice little sentry gun spot from Hyphen, as well as Lenny goes ahead and loses his life to DT, not before getting his pick on the Poseidon. No snipers for both teams, but it's going to be a fast respawn for the side of the lane, since India on the attacking team with an Uber exchange going ahead and happening as well. Looking to be more in favor of the side of Witness Gaming at this point in time. Rebel losing his life along with his gun on the B point. Pablo coming behind, trying to see if he can go ahead and pick up kills. Ether going ahead and beat his demise, the ball. Erie or Blank. Erie also going to be the second to lose his demise as well. This is what we're seeing with contest. DT is losing his life as well to honesty. But like I said before, they captured B, but they also have control. The gun did go down from Hyphen, but they still have an exit teleporter for shot away if they really want to go ahead and use it, which he did, and Quacks, who was also behind in the C tunnel. At this point in time, they're also working with Ad Rogue, so this could go a couple ways with B being captured and Quacks dying.
Yeah, that hard, they got almost everybody, especially Hyphen kind of blocking out the exit, and got to pick onto Blank, who's that kind of cleanup crew. Right now, wait a second, a fast commit. Fish getting the stab onto Lenny, and now losing Bull as well. Everyone's behind Blake on the ground. 1 rocket, 2 rockets, 3, 4 onto Blake, and he still survives and finally goes down to it. Yeah, the offense just couldn't find that high ground. The defense, hard commits it. Wait, we had a fast one from Quacks. Gets just the 1 rocket off onto Toy. Goes down for it. So, okay, that's a fast B capture, but C now is holding strong.
Listen, brother, This Peter Griffin mod is killing me, bro. Listen, we are still working with some ads for the side of Witness Gaming. Going ahead and here too with a nice little collapse on the C, but slowly but surely, going ahead and taking this time to go ahead and capture up C. Will most likely move their way to D, but still gonna be pretty much still gonna be, you know, on track in terms of solid timing. Not too bad still, or I wouldn't really even say bad for the side of Goonman, but with Uber ad to work with, and the way this map is so convoluted, complicated, congested. You know, using this Uber ad only means so much, especially with Bull getting picked off by DT, who had these traps, and Eerie getting this pick on the Honesty as well, with Quacks getting stopped. But Eerie and Poseidon go ahead and lose their lives, respectively, to Pablo and Lenny. Lenny actually Lenny getting a little bit aggro with the shots here as well, trying to see if we can stuff this gun, as Rebel doing his best he can to replace it. Lenny in a superior sniping spot, getting the pick on the Rebel. No gun. This gun is going to slowly actually go down, surely but steadily, as it immediately goes down the bowl. As D comes out, they did use Uber, but haven't seen Uber from Witness Gaming as of yet. Quacks is holding the high ground, just like we're saying here, and E is slowly being captured, bro.
Ooh, Carson actually sucks so much of that Uber from Witness Gaming, but yeah, that position from C to D we call Death Hallway because it's just like suicide mission to go that way. Right now, wait a second, Eerie going for the crouch, barely juking it. They have ×5 right now for the offense on last. Right now, the defense, what your play is you go through lobby and kind of like make the offense look the wrong direction. Fish scouting it out, calling what he sees, but wait a second, he is pretty capped. DT is not going to get enough damage up, but going down.
DT! DT ammo! Boom! Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my.
So much work from the flank, like as we were just watching that weird exchange in Death Hall that whole time. That Witness Gaming won. The rest of Chubbs basically cleared out shop here in you know, bought one of everything, cleared out the inventory here on last on E point, and so that just meant like, hey, wait a second, our combo's not really doing anything on D. We could just come back to E, stack it, and cap. Well played.
Oh, split the cap, split the pressure with, bro. Do I see a 4-minute and 39-second time on CP Steel in grand finals, brother?
Yeah, that's a fast one. I mean, and let me see. Yeah, that was ABC to E. So, I mean, capturing 4 of the points in 4 and 40 minutes, that's fast, especially because, like, even with, I think, ×10 or something, it still takes you 30 seconds to cap E. So, yeah, real well played out of Chubbs to kind of find the win there.
And at this point in time, this is the kind of time where you basically have to kind of emulate the whole thing again, or if you went ahead and use it right, most likely try to do like an A to E type ordeal. But I will say, with the way that was kind of working, it will kind of be a little bit rough to do so as the game has started. And we are starting to see Witness Gaming going ahead and slowly but surely go ahead and cap this A, take their time as it needed to. Both teams still have Uber. It was setup time, so both teams are going to have Uber. Pablo needs some early information, shot away, in the position to go ahead and try to call for whoever is coming to the A point. We currently are seeing, if not 1, 2, 3, 4 people, with Poseidon looking to probably put himself in the drop down. Just kidding. Oh, just kidding again. Probably going to put himself in drop down for Lakeside. Fish making his way through, trying to get some early information. Ooh, but the nice traps from Bull is actually going to go ahead and clear DT. Poseidon coming with a nice little drop down. Coming downtown from drop town, calling Poseidon because he wear that crown, because he hold me down every time I hit her up. When I get a ride, I promise we gonna live it up. Oh my goodness. With Uber ad in the hands of Witness Gaming with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. Shot away, still in position to go ahead and see if he can try to collect kills, but he's got to go ahead and choose them carefully. What he'll probably do is sap this teleporter, since Rebel currently nowhere to be found, but is building a gun currently in the C room. Slowly in the gun. The teleporter does go down. Bo actually came back to C to go ahead and kill Rebel with Ether. Go ahead and trying to see if he can kill Bo, but it's not going to happen. Actually, Pablo trying to see if he can fight Blink. And Ether. It's not going to happen. Honestly, does lose his life to Eerie, though, as we are going to see them go ahead and get into the B point. They did use Uber. Ooh, and Bo also dying as well to Ether, who's just on this flank. Hold up. Ether in the behind. Ether! And hold up, Wax again trying to get his pick, but is now going to go ahead and get his pick, and that's a wipe. Oh my god. And the aggressiveness with the E capture and DT stuffing the spawns. They already know what's gonna happen. DT's gonna be the only one right now who's stuffing the spawn. With Peter Griffin, I mean, honestly, making his way through lobby as of current, trying to see with the other Peter Griffin, aka Eerie, also just trying to hold the door down, trying to get some spam, trying to get some shit damage after almost jumped into the pit, but are still working with some Uber. Melon just going ahead and get some E pressure. Oh, that's gonna be a one pick from on the Peter Griffin from Poseidon. Shotaway also gonna die to DT, with DT also getting picked up from Quack, who is still holding the high ground. Gun going up level 2. Quack's doing his best to go ahead and knock it down. Poseidon losing his life to Pablo. Oh, who was working his way. Blank on fire. Could also lose his life as well. Going ahead and making the D after. Bo coming in with Blank. Ooh, and he does get the pick. It's actually going to be Carson's flare gun that does him in. C was captured. The bridges do come up. And Bo on himself currently on D trying to get the pick on the fish. The movement. Fish. Oh my God. And the pick from Lenny on the toy. Bro, this is looking like insanity right now.
Yeah, there's 80% on Blake here, but wait a second, we have they're all charging at him. Oh, and Blake, he gets a shot onto Blake, and they run at him in a straight line and seal the deal. No Uber for the defense. Boy is all alone here. Wait a second, not fighting their way in. There's only 1:20 left on this clock. So right now, what's gonna have to happen is Witness Gaming is gonna have to get everyone to stack this point soon, because if they get thrown off it once or twice, then Chubbs is gonna have enough time to defend.
Oh, with the stickies. Oh, wait, the stickies above. Oh, I thought Bo was going to death their gun. Those go down. Fish also goes down as well as they're going ahead and just playing. Poseidon gets picked off. DT's aggressive up on the point. Quack's getting destroyed by Peter Griffin up into the air. Peter Griffin is currently on point, taking so much damage. It's going to go ahead and meet his demise by Lenny, actually, as, oh my God, another Peter Griffin getting from the door from lobby with Pablo on the 3K. Clearing out everybody from lobby called a hobby because they call him honesty because he tell nothing but the truth and nothing but the truth, and he gonna keep the truth. Holding on to the corner, they see him. Oh, but DT's gonna go ahead and get shut down from the door, and it's only 26 seconds left on the clock. There's nothing more that Witness Gaming can do to secure this dub.
Woo! So despite all of our predictions here, goonmanChubbzdaniel does secure the round. So we have the first round from Chubbs taken in this match. Well played out of them, and off that like hero play from Ether. That I still can't believe that played through the grate. Anyone not familiar? So in that like the back of Wishbone, the ground is kind of like a grate. You know, the explosions can cross through. So that was an insane 5K, I think, something like that onto the entire combo. Well played. But here we go. Chubbs are slowly but surely working their way back in the game. Every journey begins with the first step.
Now that definitely was the first step into a lot of steps to going ahead and trying to secure that dub. And as it stands right now, Squirtye is still the only team right now to beat goonmanChubbz. That's the way this game is looking, Rogue. But I take a little peek at the log. I take a look at the logistics, and I'm definitely seeing the shift. Trademark, Rogue. I'm absolutely seeing the differences being made when steel comes into play.
Yeah, I mean, you always love, I think, when like that. Well, that's steel for you, right? You know, when the stats say one thing but the scoreline says another. Yeah, Chubbs had a tough offense and even tougher defense, and yet they managed to stick it out. So we see here, like, basically, what is this? Oh my God, 30 more kills. Basically, like 45 kills to 75 kills. So more kills for Witness Gaming. 6,000 more damage, 23K to 29K. And yet, we saw this round go in favor of Chubbs.
Oh my, it is the absolute insanity. I am currently watching from every angle. It's just wild. Guarantee, I see why goonmanChubbz had that 4-minute and 39-second push coming into this steel match, because they absolutely carried that with some dominance. They played that through and through, captured every point, and still stuck it down to E. Now, Witness Gaming absolutely had great momentum, but it seemed like the problem after C was trying to find the general footing, trying to see exactly what everyone was trying to be in every single moment. goonmanChubbz was able to execute that to a T. Everyone knew their role, what they were doing in post, and kind of what to do if certain situations happen, what to expect. With this gaming, on the other hand, for the most part, they are. I'm not gonna call it bad. I wouldn't even call it bad, but it just seems like a lot of players are kind of discombobulated in terms, or they're kind of confused on realistically where to stand, where to be, realistically where to be. And what's nice is goonmanChubbz is just taking the opportunity to just throw whoever player is available to kind of roam and flank and do their thing out to lobby and just go ahead and try to clutch it up, which Pablo has done that. It's been great. Honesty has been there to help Pablo, and it's been great. The two are basically working in tandem with one another. So Witness Gaming needs to kind of find a way to go ahead and stop this onslaught that goonmanChubbz is kind of just displaying onto them. If they can adapt to that, then the half could definitely be in their hands. If not, we're just gonna go to Swiftwater at that point.
Yeah, these teams, by the way, great courtesy from the players here. Join spectate when you're AFK, and that way everyone knows when you're back and when you're gone. But yeah, these teams, like, I think there's an interesting sort of shift here. So we saw a lot of Witness Gaming, a lot of what made them do so well was Rebel was phenomenal on the first Koth map. Rebel was phenomenal on defense on Vigil, like, you know, just killing it, basically, like keeping that sentry gun up and finding ways into the round constantly. Great car time as well. On this one, though, when Rebel was on defense, he kind of got run over by the offense, right? Like by those flankers. So it's kind of like a sort of your linchpin of last point is having your engineer set up. So if your engineer's not set up, the offense has so much more room to play with. Like, Chubbs failed their push, but because Rebel also was down, their like backup plan was to just cap and win. So yeah, I'm interested to see if they're able to make an adjustment, right? Like, what can Witness Gaming give to Rebel to keep him safer against that kind of an onslaught in that downtime? Or was it just too fast of a transition? Who knows? It's curious to see for this next round.
What is going to happen to Witness Gaming? Will it be excellent or will it be disastrous? Find out now on the Highlander Grand Finals. And let me tell you, it has been a phenomenal Grand Finals for the people who have just come in. If you have just come in, we are currently on. Oh, they have map advantage. Goonman has map advantage. We were on technically the second map, the third map. We're technically on the fourth map at this point. The fourth map, I'd say. Yeah, Lakeside, Vigil, third map, whatever you want. We're on the map that could be the decider for Witness Gaming. But if goonmanChubbz goes ahead and takes this map, we will be seeing Swiftwater as your final map for this evening. And listen, Highlander Grands, you know it's crazy. This game should have been over at 10:30 under normal playoff standards. But it's Grand Finals, so you could be up till 2 a.m. and you're gonna go ahead and accept it because it's Highlander. It's a phenomenal game mode. Come on now.
Yeah, cheers to that. And by the way, I just pulled up that scoreline from 2 weeks ago. So the last time these two teams played against each other in the upper bracket finals, actually Chubbs won 2-0 against Witness Gaming on Steel. So again, kind of a head scratcher for me why Witness Gaming, like, if they got to choose the order, why they go with Steel.
Oh,
nice trap from
baby girl, with a nice little trap. Let me see you twirl. Oh my goodness. With hyphen typing, old man gets a 3K in the chat. DT typing legit how. As we are going to see the A capture slowly but steadily get point. Also for the new people coming in, I don't know if you see it, but Peter Griffin heavy. As Lenny goes ahead and gets picked off by Poseidon as well. Currently, steady, slow. We could see an exchange depending on how they want to go ahead and play this. Mr. Rogue.
I got my eyes on Shot Away, but my other eye on B main here. There we go, DT exchanging in, Carson trading back, like, you know, just basically cycling Ubers for the fun of it, losing nothing for it. Honestly, on this great position up top, shoving out the offense, and Blake, yeah, healing Honestly, because if we lose our heavy on the high ground, we lose everything off this high ground. The door you can peek in and out, but we have to maintain this position, especially because if that teleporter goes down, then Honesty's not getting back there. Poseidon now hard scoping this angle, Cracks going in with a full buff, laying out that huge damage, but make sure you don't get reflected. At
this point in time, it realistic. Ooh, and Melon actually, yeah, Melon. Ooh, oh, hold up. It's chaos with Etta coming in onto the plate. Wait. Whoa. Hold the phone. Witness Gaming decided to just take that little exchange in that post fight and turn it into an 8-kill slaughter. This is a slaughterhouse if I'd ever seen one. With Blank and Ether going to be the people who are capping the B point. Shot away in the lobby, trying to get some early information for his team, as everyone else making their way immediately to C. They want to get this point fast, especially because it's 1 minute and 44 seconds after the B clock. So they want to go ahead and kind of simulate the second kind of push that goonmanChubbz was kind of doing. And honestly, it could be successful depending on how with this game goes about the road.
Yeah, we got basically a free C capture. Okay, here we are in Death Hallway, but right now there are no defensive players here. I love this out of Chubbs. They say, like, everyone get in lobby, ignore everything else. Because now they have a pinch from, like, their spawn and the E point and the lobby here to kind of contest on D. But wait a second, it's the entire team, and Blake doesn't have Uber. So even if they want to try and peek this, Toy's going to just kind of run them over with the supercharge. So, a fast A, B, C, D in, what was that? Yeah, less than 2.5 minutes. Now the Toy goes down
with the Uber coming out, but no Blank in sight after getting killed by Blank. So this Uber momentum, this Uber turns into a poober. No kills being distributed, but then he headshot right on the effort. Who was 12 HP. Uber does come out, and we're seeing, oh my gosh, it's an onslaught with Toy going ahead and being picked up as well, with Peter Griffin going himself. Peter Griffin versus Peter Griffin! Oh my god! No, the Peter Griffin has won! Oh my goodness! But the rest of the people trying to go ahead and get the aggression. Oh my god! No, bro! No, Blake! And an E capture faster than I've ever seen one right now, with everybody still up with Pablo getting the kill right on the effort, trying to go ahead and get so much damage on DT, but Fish is going to go ahead and solidify that kill right then and there. This is what you want to see. Currently, with an E capture, still incredibly fast. Bull looking for the red, looking for the people, trying to see if we can come out from C, and it doesn't look like it's going to be fast enough, but everything is possible. Blank goes again, no, killed by Blank, and it's just an onslaught. Bull also dying as well with the capture of, call it 3 minutes. And is that 3 minutes and 33 seconds? Is that what I'm looking at, Rogue? Tres. Oh, encuentra todo bien, mi amigo. Oh my god.
Man, like that's like a good time for an A to E. Like if you just get 2 points, that's a good amount of time. Nope, they got 5. Unreal play out of Witness Gaming. They came in swinging. They got that like almost full wipe on B, got C for free. Then they had the threat of the full ad Uber on D. Finally, that pick onto Hyphen, or like just getting Hyphen knocked into the pit. I mentioned that's the linchpin. You lose your sentry gun on E, and it is an uphill battle. You have to like hard wipe them because, I mean, what else are you gonna do? Find the teleporter? Like your spawns on defense are 20 seconds if you go down, so you're just so out of luck. Really well played out of Witness Gaming. They like had a slight advantage and then snowballed that all the way into a round win in 3.5 minutes.
I need everybody in the chat to understand, whoever is watching this beautiful RGL Highlander Grand Finals season, you never know, but I need everyone to understand, goonmanChubbz on their offense had a 4 minute and 39 second time, roughly, yes. They had a 3 minute and 32 second time. That is a minute .05 difference in terms of the time, in terms of the general offensive time. Both of these teams are just getting faster and faster as the game progresses. And just as we're seeing it right now, a slight A capture could turn into an E hold. They don't really have a lot of time to work with, especially because now that I'm hearing it, Blake is on crits. Blake is on crits. Blake is on critical damage, critical beam, crits oblitz, the death gun, the damage impactor. Oh, but DT with his crits of his own killing Bull and Pablo. Blake telling him the deadest traps exactly how they did it, but they're taking this in. It looks, is this going to be a Peter Griffin crits? Oh my god, Peter Griffin crits is exactly. Oh no, Quack crits, but the Uber does come out. Melon's going to be the only one dying. Peter Griffin trying to hold it down, and that's exactly what he's trying to do. Quack's still alive, it's still well, it's still getting killed, but oh, Hoodman, boo, oh my goodness, Hoodman, yeah! The pinch, if I've ever seen one, the pinch of a lifetime onto the players of Witness Gaming. A Peter Griffin crits turned into a Peter Griffin distraction, and at this point they have a level 3 gun, 3 people on the E point, and it's capturing 4. They have to go ahead and dismay this as much as they can, Rogue, or this could be tragic.
Nice shot from Poseidon. It's a little deceptive here because only a couple people can even get onto the point, and Blake just had to fling arrows. Yeah, whoops, we lost Pablo, we lost Carson. Hyphen is the only one left, but now times one, he gets blasted off. Now almost nobody can cap. Blank now peeking out from the spawn door. Crack's getting on point, but not running the paint train. Uh-oh. You have a ×2 a soldier if you put on that one weapon, and they really needed that here. That actually might have made a big difference. Now wait, Blake nailed the jump onto the point. 3 HP goes down. Oh my, wait, now Pablo made it back out of the point ×3, and there's the cap. Oh, 2-0 on this map. Chubbs is back in the game, and we're now all tied up.
We are going to the last map in the series. goonmanChubbz has proved that still is their map. Not against Squirt yet, though. That being said, though, we are going to the last and final map. Still, Witness Gaming's pick. Witness Gaming theoretically had every pick except Lakeside. This was their pick. This was their extra pick. So to lose the extra pick, kind of sus, kind of silly. You know what I'm saying? But regardless, we are going to the last and final map. Winner takes all. Swiftwater, where the momentum is needed, and to be slow is to be over, to be cringe even. Yeah, you get the gist. We going to the next map.
I can't believe we're here. We saw like Chubbs like fail to submit their map picks and then failed to win rounds in map number 1 and then failed to win rounds in map number 2. But this is the luxury you get being that upper bracket winner coming into Grands. So they started with basically a map advantage, right? Because they won the upper bracket finals against Witness Gaming, a clean 2-0 maps, like, you know, never dropped around. So yeah, it's amazing. I think for Witness Gaming to turn it around this strongly, especially on Lakeside, you know, we really felt like that was a Chubbs map for the taking. But Witness Gaming played really well on Vigil. Somehow Chubbs, like, yeah, we saw them like just getting faster and faster. You see that one, whoever it was in chat is like, you know, every time these teams are capping 30% faster, pretty soon the round will be over in 14 seconds. Yeah, it's just imminent at that point. Really well played out of Chubbs to like really find their way back into this game, and especially the mental side, right? Like, you know, having Ether get that 6K onto your combo and like almost lose the entire round to come back and win this entire map and put you on match, like, you know, whoever wins this last map takes it all. That's great resilience on the mental.
Oh, but I've already, and Rogue, the thing is, I've already put my prediction. I said, if we see goonmanChubbz win steal, Swiftwater will most likely be in their back. I could be wrong. I'd love to be proved wrong. I'd love to be proved wrong and be called, old man, I don't know anything, slow. I can't say the other ones because this is family friendly, kind of. Along that line, though, Swiftwater, an entirely different map. No more steal. No more of this. I can't go behind and do something silly. I can't do any kind of silly play because I'm constricted by this map. I can't high bomb. I can't low bomb. I can't do no funny bomb. I can't do no funny sack. I can't do nothing crazy. But you know what you can do? Walk around and be in whatever position you want if you know how to move. Yes, sir. And listen, the way that this could go is it's realistically all going to be all about timing. Swiftwater is notoriously nice, not even nice, is notoriously known to have a last that can be, let's say, you pretty much have to pull out, I wouldn't say all the stops, but you pretty much have to go on a step-by-step to go ahead and try to push a Swiftwater last. You got to get the gun, try to see if you can get a nice exchange, have a solid post, see if you're getting kills within the exchange or said post. Not doing that, then boom, we pretty much are at the same point again where you're holding last. Any point could be contestable, but it all depends upon how these teams will go ahead and play it today.
Yeah, I'm trying to like refresh my own memory and look at the Team Chubbs playbook here. So Team Chubbs number 1 has great rotates on the defense, right? Like so much of their play on second is around the calls. They have a great like aggressive hold on first if they choose to use it. Their third hold in the bunker like really kind of changed the meta for us here. You know, like someone like Bull playing underneath third and playing in the shelter just to deny cart and nothing else while losing nobody. It's like, well, that's a great play. Finally, their aggressive plays out from last. Like if you fail one push into this Chubbs team, you are going to have to wait a while for your second one. So I think it's like you mentioned, Jamon, this is still a tough match for Witness. Tough map for Witness Gaming to take the win over Team Chubbs. But like Witness Gaming is also so good on this map. Like I don't know, Fish called a great game when we saw them earlier in the season on this one. DT is putting up these numbers like we can't believe. I mean, Blank again going something like 17-4 on payload offense scout. It's anyone's game at this point.
Oh, it realistically is. And as you also see it right now, Peter Griffin has retired for the entirety of Team Fortress 2's history. But you can now say that Peter was in Team Fortress 2. It's meta now. Competitive. It's meta. Absolutely meta. What I can say, though, to you, Rogue, is that, yes, it will be a situation where it realistically can be anybody's game. I do not expect to see how this game could realistically unfold. At any point, at any time, someone is going to win. But it doesn't matter who will win. It just matters. Actually, yeah, it will. It will matter who will win, but realistically, how they win. How will they play along that line? And to the person who just DM'd me, I'm sorry. Peter actually got RGL banned for... Yep. Yeah. He's actually RGL banned right now. So check the RGL page. Go take a look. Go take a look why he's banned. You already know. But he's no longer here. He can no longer play. But what I can tell you is depending on how this will go around, how this will kind of unfold, will realistically just kind of depend on movements. It will kind of depend on momentum, how exactly we're seeing it, how fast are these teams going to be without sacrificing all the resources just for the sake of speed. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And you know, it always comes down to these like split decisions, and that's why honestly I fear Team Chubbs in those split decision moments because they have such like a resounding playbook here. It's something you want to look for, everyone at home. Again, this is one of those plays that like everyone should be doing across the divisions, but nobody actually does. You're gonna watch Team Chubbs roll out to fourth from like the way far long route, you know, taking the scenic route, looking at all the trees, taking pictures with the family on the way, and then coming back to play the high ground over the cart tracks. Everyone else just runs up the ramp, like, you know, spawns goes in a straight line towards the point, but then you're on the low ground. The enemy knows exactly where you are. The cart's too far away. So we're looking at like, you know, Chubbs to basically have an opportunity to salvage and do it in a safe and effective way. So I agree with you, Jamon, that it's like, you know, the way these teams move around the map, like, you know, who's going to get in the right position to take third? Are you going to get the heavy on top of the silo, the Zukima special? On second, are you going to have that like fast exchange, build way better, and then just run over them with your Uber advantage? Those are, again, match ready moment split decisions that one of the heroes on these teams are going to have to make. And whoever just makes more of them faster is going to take home the dub.
I'm excited for whoever will get the dub because... whoever will get the dub will, you know what? I just need someone to win, okay? Someone win already. I need someone to win. And I need you to win great. I need you to show me that you actually deserve that dub. Because here at RGL, that's what we love. We love to see people dub. And we love to see people in the tub. Good hygiene, everything else. I don't know what I'm saying. I just want someone to win the game and win it well. Win it confidently. I don't need that scared type of winning. That doesn't get you more wins. That just gets you lucky wins. Not lucky the player, lucky the word. Lucky. Had to clarify. But Rogue, what do you think? What are your expectations? I know we practically put down that we don't really know what to expect. But if you were going on gut feeling, if you were going on instinct, what tells you, what outcome is screaming to you for the first half?
Oh, wow. Even chat is almost dead even. Oh, for the first half. I don't know, man. I feel like Chubbs like woke up, you know? I don't know if they slept on the wrong side of the bed or if, I don't know what could have been going on with them, but they won that last map so well. Like you mentioned, it wasn't like an accident. They didn't get lucky. But instead they showed us great play. I'm gonna go with Team Chubbs. I feel like I love the way they're playing as of the past 10 minutes. So that's my bet.
Team Chubbs for the dubs. Okay. That could be your one in ubs. Okay. I like the energy I like what you're kind of putting down. But I'm gonna say this. Actually, never mind. I made my prediction. But if to reiterate, it will be, yeah, I'm thinking it's Chubbs. I'm thinking they woke up. I'm keeping Vigil in mind. I'm absolutely keeping Vigil in mind. But one thing I did notice, listen, I don't know what it is, but when you take a long break in tier 2, when you got momentum, when you're pushing it forward, somehow it just breaks. goonmanChubbz went ahead and broke that steal up and away. At this point, we're gonna have to see how exactly Swiftwater goes, but I'm thinking it may be a little bit more in Chubb's favor. I probably will say I couldn't tell you a time. If I had to say a time, I'd say like 6 minutes, 30 seconds is what I'm kind of feeling. I'd say.
Yeah, I think that's a great shout. This this is a long map. For anyone just joining us, first of all, what a great grand finals to join for. But second, you'll notice that this is now a regular payload, right? Like you have the cart, we're pushing it all along the path from beginning to end. But this one has 5 points instead of 4, like Upward S4, Vigil S4. So this one, like, the clock is going to get a little padded out here, and there are kind of more chances to salvage, right? Like third can be a really good hold, second can be a really good hold, fourth can be a good hold, last can, like, feels like it should be free, but it's just not. There's so many basically ways for these teams to find their way back in and to make it a close match. So I feel like we couldn't ask for a better final map.
Honestly, Steel to me was kind of like the perfect way. If the game ended with Peter Griffin, I'm not gonna hold you. Greatest RGL season to date. It doesn't matter. We've had 20-some seasons, but that would have been the season. This would have been the season with Peter Griffin just topping it all. But realistically, being real, Swiftwater, yes, I would agree that Swiftwater kind of is a nice final touch for a grand finals like this. I was really scared before they were making their pick bands that it was going to be like a cough map, and I have no beef. With cough maps being your final map in the grand final. But there's just something about a payload. There's something that screams out about a payload that basically can attest to it all. That final push to actually go ahead and solidify your dub, or a failed push to go ahead and just scream out something disastrous as a potential win, a loss, a treacherous loss. But with that being said, Rogue, it all will depend how it goes.
Here we are. Everyone at home, how you doing? It's almost midnight here on the East Coast. We're up late having a blast doing it. We are in the RGL Highlander Season 20 Invite Grand Finals. These are the two best teams here in North America facing off for all the marbles. Right now we saw basically Team Chubbs had the upper bracket win, and so they started with the map advantage. Witness Gaming took the first two maps clean and fast, not dropping a single round. Then bam, 2-0 on Steel. Back for Chubbs. We got a game on our hands. Whoever takes this map, which is a best of 3 rounds, will take home the gold.
Hey, speaking of gold, I'm about to unbox a hat, see if I get an unusual. Because last time I did that, I got unusual while we said that. But Rogue, if you had to highlight a certain player that came to mind, do you have any like an MVP? We didn't talk about that this entire time. An MVP. You have one.
Ooh, I have my eyes on Ether, I think. Honestly, I feel like Koi and DT are playing so well too. Yeah, how about you?
Ooh, honestly, besides that, I'd say for Witness Gaming, it's low-key, yeah, maybe Ether, maybe even Rep. I'd have to say. Ooh, what the? Oh my. Little Swiftwater sacks on the slide, kind of like the upward business. Little Swiftwater sack, Blank's the only one who died. Some slide. And then for Goonman, I honestly would probably give it to either Blake or honestly, I'll put it towards Blake, because in those really tough situations, Blake has just been able to keep a lot of people alive. But that all can change depending on how this game goes off. As you know, the card's already gone off. We've seen the first sack kind of already happen. We see Blank actually trying to see if he can go for some type of kill on the cart. It's not going to happen. Sentry gun does go down from Rebel as well. DT's putting up some aggressive trap shot away. Most likely has called that, which is why he's going to go ahead and just back up. Bo actually getting in deep, trying to go for a little aggressive sack on that play. I like that, actually. Trying to get a little bit more aggro to see if he can chase. If that was a feed, though, old man tendencies, respectfully. But if that wasn't a feed, though, if that was a calculated feed, love to see it. But it's now coming up to the second point where we see something insane happen, Mr. Rogue. And that being, do they lock it down like a safe house? Or do They get blasted into that third point.
I can't believe Eerie person just got 2 or 3 really early frags, but here we go. The Uber does come in. Rebel's gonna go down fast here. DT on the ground here. We'll actually get a second side tunnel of all places. Ether on the what is this? Not the Righteous Spice and whatever it's called, the Space Rocket Launcher. Wait, Toy is in a 1v1 for Shotaway. Shotaway does not seal the deal. Toy manages to just barely survive. Blake surviving. The offense all goes down for it, but like, I mean, there's nothing really you're looking for here anyway. You want to sell out. You want to all trade for this. But you would hope, I guess, that the offense would maybe have like a late peek out of upper. So right now the offense is sort of resetting, trying to go upper. Fish calling this out from miles away, getting found out. That's all right, unless the offense decides to make a quick change. But no, here they come through main.
Yeah, Ether is on the, what's that gun? The Cow Mangler. So no need for ammo, but your damage against like Destroy about like sentries or anything is kind of poop, anything along that line. But what I can say, with this nice little push, the gun does go down. Blank and Fish are going to be the first few to go down. Charlaway doing his best to go ahead and try to shoot the gun. Rebel doing his best to keep that thing alive. Oh, and Quax is here, but Ether also here to stop that nonsense from happening. But the gun does go down. Rebel building another gun. Ether catching the bow, and it looks like Ether also has battalion. So we could see an Upo. Just kidding. Just kidding. Lying. Nope. Not kidding. Not lying. As we go ahead and use it, it's been popped. No Uber has been exchanged yet. Pablo goes ahead and dies to the wrangled gun. A lot of pressure onto the guard. Lenny and Honesty is going ahead and die, but DT Blank and it's just an it's a good old team fight. But Ether going ahead and getting the pick onto Hyphen. Blank did die within that team fight as well. Just so we're seeing that we are still going to see Uber in the hands of Witness Gaming, losing Blank, DT, Poseidon, and Fish, sure, but the fact that that gun managed to stay up towards the end of the fight, and Ether was able to get some nice shots, some nice rockets, went ahead and solidified their standing.
The defense now with a 50% add, and this sentry gun, like Rebel is being suffocated right now. Bull actually goes down trying to spam out this gun. They lost Poseidon way on the back line, but Lenny went down for it just ahead of time. So right now, Blake is coming up on this, or trying to build this Uber as Toy has a full advantage. But again, for the defense, that's great. You want the offense to sit around building Uber and then start to exchange and then start to cap after, because that's multiple minutes later. Ether just trying to spam it, call it out. Lenny going for this wider peak. Now the defense is seeing it. Rebel playing around that gun, trying to survive as best he can.
Oh, just as we're seeing it, yeah, still with the Uber. And the thing is, if there are people who are wondering why Witness Gaming hasn't used the Uber at, the thing is, it's defense. You know, there are definitely some people that would say like defense is the best offense. But in grand finals, you just essentially want to run down the time as quick as possible. And the reason at this point that they're not taking that is because they're using the Uber in a defensive manner. It is up to the point of goonmanChubbz to use this Uber to get them to use as aggressively as possible. Lenny finds a phenomenal shot on the Rebel, which is going to go ahead and get the gun. There is not going to be a gun in post fight, and the battalion is used as well. The Uber exchange happens, and what most likely is going to happen is that Ether is going to go ahead and keep Charlaway on the Poseidon. Going to get the pit on the upper, no sniper as well, but the battalion does get used. Ether still alive, good bow from Toy as well, and also going to get the pick on the Hyphen DT. Oh, boy! Waxing Carson going ahead and cleaning house through these windows and going ahead and getting right onto the car as well. Rebel and his gun have died, trying to escape, but Quacks want that, Quacks want that, Quacks need that, Quacks need that. Oh, and Fish needs that. Oh, but Lenny gonna go ahead and get that, clean that up. Go ahead and mean that. Yes, sir. With Carson going ahead and roll. Oh my God. Nice shot from Lenny going ahead and securing a little 5K right there. As we're trying to, oh my God, oh my God. As we're seeing DT get picked up by Lenny as well. Ether trying to escape with 22 HP, anything less. Fury keeping the height of Quacks. Is just on the height, destroying Fury. And at this point in time, that's going to be a third capture too. Throwing Witness Gaming into a disarray, discombobulating the whole stance of what they're doing with Bull, being super aggressive, wants everybody else going ahead and meeting him. Rogue Quacks in the air, high in the sky, trying to get some damage, and at this point in time, they're very much getting aggressive to go ahead and stuff whoever's just trying to come out this pit.
Yeah, we just talked about this in pregame. Quacks is now 1v5, holding them in the low round and winning. That's what happens if you roll it on that low ground, and look how far up the cart is now. This is that time you want to take that long way, take the scenic route up to cart. Toy finally coming up on Uber, but they're going to have to use it just to get close.
And just like we're seeing it too, Uber exchange does manage to happen. We're not going to see a battalion's backup post within this as well. Just trying to go there. Fish with a nice pick on the Lenny, going ahead and let him decide to get the long way, trying to go ahead and get peace. As right now, Blink and everyone else is just trying to go ahead and meet their maker. Quack tried the bomb, gets denied by the gun, but the pick are more in favor of goonmanChubbz. But Blake goes ahead and catches a nice pick off of Poseidon, who's still going ahead and cleaning house. As long as Poseidon's alive, he's trying to go ahead and get these picks with Ether, trying to go ahead and solidify the pick onto Bull as well. Goes ahead and gets it, but it is going to be a Swiftwater last hold with 6 minutes and 36 seconds out of 4 points. Now, Rogue, you know it, we know it, but this is the drastic last hold. At this point in time, we had to see a solid last hold to win this game and to solidify the round, or to solidify their defense. Otherwise, this could be a Goonman official offense.
Honestly, the first one down. Quack's going for the fast bomb in. Gets a rocket off Melon down to 10 HP. And it taking it back down for it. Pablo getting the pick onto DT. Wait a second. Poseidon is now down to Lenny. Both peeking in through main. Lenny peeking in through main. The gun is up for it. But all the way on the back line. Wait a second. Blink goes down to Fish. What an amazing way to thread the needle. Like, you know, we're losing everything on our defense. I need a salvage. Great, I'm going to kill their medic. Even Pablo going down, Lenny getting a little bit of cap time. Wait, that was kind of a lot of cap time.
Oh, Eerie.
Now, wait, Carson blast it back. They force the Uber by cart time.
Oh my gosh, a lot of bodies, a lot of, oh my god, que demonios, what is going on here? Hold up, Blake. With a nice little surf, got hit with that, but they want to be on the chase. Pablo going ahead and stepping in like a bodyguard for the president, like an FBI, like the Secret Service. Not letting Blink die. But Uber actually is still going to be in favor with this game, and who is actually playing a little bit up. They don't have a gun. They don't have Poseidon. It looks like they're trying to you do this respectfully with Lenny going ahead and dying to Ether, who Ether is actually going to live as well. Coming back for the wraparound. Ether, but Carson, he has to go against Carson, which it's exactly what happens. Ether going ahead and playing mind games with Carson, stopping him with Quack. Also here, tying the Eerie. Pablo running out of the along with Hyphen, trying to get this pick on the DT. DT needs to stay alive, and that's exactly what happens. DT is alive and well, and it's going to be another last hold for the side, but the difference is the cart is hair, if not seconds, if not movements away from being captured. We get to use Bull dies, Carson dies. It's just trying to see whoever we can pick within this Blake in a position where he could be caught, and it's exactly what's going to happen. Quack seeing if he can try to stop it, but it's not going to happen with all these picks just going ahead and being displayed in the fray. Lenny with the high. Ooh, hold up. Looks like he's just kind of doing some chip shots. Someone goes ahead, and that man's going to be Blink going ahead and cleaning him up as well. Currently, still with this gaming with the player ad as well, working their magic room.
At this level, every player is counting the spawns of the other. So, like, when they know they got shot away, there's not going to be anyone decloaking our cart for a while. Shotaway is finally just now coming into position and getting ready to decloak, but they find him. Now the cart's going to start rolling backwards. This is amazing for the defense here, and this 6 minutes is turning into 9 fast.
Just so we say that too, Eerie getting as much Eerie with a lot of pressure after going ahead and die. Wait, Hyphen. Oh my god, Hyphen with all this damage on the Eerie as well. It looks like with this gaming, it's gonna. They thought they had the backup. I thought, oh yeah! DT! Coming in out of nowhere with these pipe and sticky bomb launchers. He's activated. He's ready to come in with this damage. Ad still on the board for the side of Witness Gaming, but as we're seeing it right now, 80% Uber for the side of goonmanChubbz. They can turn this officially into an Uber exchange, but probably going to be the first within about a minute 30, about 2 minutes, regardless. But we are going to see an exchange if goonmanChubbz can keep Blake alive.
Oh, that felt like a lifetime we just spent on fourth, even though we were supposed to be capping last year. Blake using the Uber super early, jumping out the side window. They're trying to go for the gun early, but they're not able to get it. Rebel still holding strong here, keeping the gun healthy. Finally finishing on Cart, but Bull has no HP to show for it. Honesty goes down to Fish in the window. There's no blank for it, but losing your scout is fine. Shotaway found early. Ether and Quack trading damage up top. Fish still calling out this offense. No one really in position to follow up, but here we go. It's sort of a peek from Lenny through main, trying to find anything he can. Blake actually getting the sentry gun.
Just as we're seeing it too, we do see Pablo going ahead, trying to get this pick on the Eerie Battalion's backup is going to go ahead and save everybody. Because, you know, that's what that, I think it's what, 30? Is it 35 damage reduction? I don't really remember, but, bro, you know, is it 35 or is it 45?
Oh, I think 45, yeah.
45? Yeah, that's, oof. battalions is nets. No buff banner, no conjure needed. Kind of insane. But with that being said as well, we are still looking at potentially another Uber exchange that's going to go ahead and happen. Ether, 32 HP, actually going to live. Pablo was on the case looking to go ahead and chase, but from this moment in time, it looks like everyone's going to be alive for this little Uber exchange that's going to come out the fray. We're seeing some gun spam coming out from Bo. Bo got put in the pit. Oh my God, Melon. Oh my God, Melon. Oh my God, Melon. Melon working her magic out the window, stuffing it, putting people in the pin. Oh my God, with Lenny going ahead and losing his life as well. This is insane, bro. Bro, what's happening?
We really called it one way. I'm like, I feel like Chubbs has us in the bag here, but they've been on last for, I don't want to say over 5 minutes, just on this one point. So almost half their time on this map has been spent here, staring at the toilet bowl last point, trying to get this one down the drain. Speaking of which, Bull is getting closer and closer there. Poseidon now on an 8 kill streak, getting Lenny. That means the defensive sniper has free reign. You can peek anywhere you want. We have Highlander on the level 3 gun, but Fish is still, like, you know, perfectly comfortable, totally safe, calling everything the offense is doing. They can't figure out what to do. They're just, like, debating right now, waiting for this Uber.
If goonmanChubbz can't push this last, I'll get everyone $1. Go ahead and send me a Discord and your PayPal link. I'll go ahead and send you $1. Everybody, I'll send you $1. $1 USD. Yes, sir. But that being said, though, we are going to see both teams go ahead and get Uber. It just really seems like anytime an Uber exchange tries to go well for the side of Goon. Oh! Oh my God! He's setting up traps. No one's looking at him. No one can see him. No one can find him. It's just another golden kill up on the play. This is insanity, brother. This is absolute insanity, bro. It can't keep happening, bro. It can't keep happening.
That's so much damage. DT right now on a 12 kill streak. Looking at the scoreboard here, he's been putting up damage after damage. I can't even count as high as the kind of numbers he's putting up. Lenny peeking through main. Now, this is kind of good though, I feel like, for Chubbs. Like, just go, right? They're like, we have to do something. They force the Uber out. Let me see. Oh, wait a second, we lose Blake all the way in the back lines to Fish yet again. You want to keep your medic safe here and run your medic back to spawn, but Fish called this 1,000 years ago. Knew it would all happen, as the prophecy foretells.
Poseidon is on a 10 kill streak with DT on a 12 kill streak in this last hold Swiftwater gameplay. Blank going up to be the one to actually die by Lenny, who just entered the sight line. With everyone else trying to hold forward, Poseidon got pushed into the air, and this may do it if Shadowway couldn't secure the kill, but Ellen, going ahead and setting up perfect screens with Quacks dying to land. Oh my God, Lenny! With a nice pick on the toy, putting the Uber actually back into the steam roll and win this game. This may be the push. This may absolutely be the push coming out here. The gun is still up. Rebel is keeping it alive. Yuri's trying to put himself in position for it. Also getting the pick on the Poseidon as well. Shutting down every sort of sniper ahead, but both the projectiles are backed up. Oh, and Erie actually, through the gate, does get assassinated by Hyphen, Honesty, and almost Quacks at that point. Lenny trying to angle for another shot. Bo at this point just trying to get the gun. Does get the kill on the Rebel. And it looks like he's still just trying to see whatever pick he can kind of make. Blank goes ahead and dies to Honesty as well. Still have projectile classes to go ahead and stop that cart. Oh, with Poseidon getting picked up by Shadowway and the dispenser and the gun being shot. Crits! It's a crit slash! It's a crit slash coming out, and the cart has been capped with, oh my God, 14 minutes and 37 seconds. Bro, this is in the grand final. In the grand final. In the grand final.
That's yeah, what was that? I guess almost 8.5 minutes. 8 minutes and 20 seconds just pushing last. So yeah, it took them 6.5 for everything else, 8.5 for that final point. Amazing play from Witness Gaming. So much of that was Fish. Fish calling like when they're going, where they're going. Fish calling for these aggressive pushes out of last and to chase. Probably he was watching that trap for DT as well, for DT to find that 4K drop onto Blake. Like, really everything went right for Witness Gaming. That all comes down to the calls and to the hero plays. Like, finally it was Rebel going down at the last second, that after like 8 minutes of being so stalwart, that finally Chubb was able to come in. But yeah, 15 minutes is almost like the maximum time. Like, ballpark 16.5 minutes I think is the maximum possible, like without crazy overtime shenanigans. So This one is maybe a little bit of a wash. We'll have to see if there's maybe a hard hold is almost their only hope to like hold a single point for 10 minutes. We'll see.
It is going to be quite insane if we see a 14-minute and 56-7 hold in this grand final as well, which absolutely can happen. But, you know, we did see a sack going in from them last time, Rogue. It could be something, the potential of what's going to happen with Ether. Ooh, in the air, getting shot by Quacks, but also going to trade shots. And then he actually dying to Yuri. Okay. So going ahead and putting in an opening for Poseidon and the rest of the team. Gun is still up aggressive. They don't want to lose this. They are still going to play up forward. I thought Blake was actually on quits for a second there, as Bull does get backstabbed, and Pablo is just going ahead and get collected by, oh, hold up, picks are being blown left and right, but Hyphen is going to go ahead and live for this second point. Rogue, already first point, a little bit crazy. Shot away just kind of go ahead and get some early information too. Indeed, everyone else is just so aggressive at the main tunnel, trying to see if we can get whatever pick possible. Lenny is going to be the first one to meet the demise from Ether again. Fish trying to see if he can get a pick as well, which he does on the bowl, but is going to go ahead and lose his life. But Ubers are even. They went ahead and capped the second point. It's time to see how we're going to see this next point unfold, Rogue.
Yeah, there's so many fun ways to take second here, I think. You know, how are you setting up your players if you have anyone inside tunnel or not? Do you push like main and upper at the same time, have someone late peek one of the other doors? Do you like go one way, fake it, and go back the other? Right now, Shotaway is calling, they're all coming through main, Fish getting into position. But wait a second, this is like a 2013 sentry gun from Hyphen, going on the far side, making the offense split their attention. Here comes Uber.
Gun is still level 1. Gun hasn't been shot yet. Finally gets hit with a pipe and just more and more, but still on the level 1, not dying as of yet. Someone else pretty much just needed to shoot the gun and it would go down. They went ahead and traded some players, and Hyphen, oh my god, Hyphen surfed the rocket from Ether all the way to the house and still trying to find kills. Oh, and it looks like Rebel trying to get onto Blake, but Blake is just going to escape, but it is not going to be enough to solidify the second hold. The picks were just too in favor of people from the side of Witness Gaming, and we are seeing a couple people play a high. Eerie on the, oh my god, Eerie's on the pipeline, keeping this high ground, but DT getting the pick right on the Carson. Eerie again, oh my Fish, oh my Fish, go Fish, oh my Fish, and he just goes ahead and collects 2 kills like it's nothing. Just perfect positioning, like it's nothing. Shotaway could do the same thing that Fish just did if this goes out the way that this could unfold. Putting himself in position, not with a lot of pressure. At this point, he's pretty much just gonna go ahead and get information, but all is not lost. All is not lost. Witness Gaming does have ad rogue. It's time to see what they're gonna go ahead and do on this next point.
Yeah, fast first 3. Quacks in so fast. Oh, it's coming like a freaking home run ball. Going all the way across. Point coming up on the super, after actually bombing in as well. Lenny taking so much damage, going down super low. Blank closing the distance. DT putting damage into the gun, but not actually clearing it. Honestly playing on this high ground, and the rest of the spawners coming up for defense. Blank is kind of the only one. Wait, is he gonna? No, he gets the pack, he's fine. But the rest of the offense swinging wide here as Quacks goes to try and clear cart.
Oh, Quacks did go ahead and get a nice little map. And Lenny, and after tried to solidify her pick, but on ahead drew attention. Poseidon does get the pick, and the Uber does get popped on the side of Goonman. Poseidon, Poseidon 31 HP, is he gonna live? And it looks like, oh, he's not gonna live. Carson does find his mans, as everybody else from the side of Witness Gaming is pretty much trying to just get aggressive as possible. Quacks, blind eyes, gaining attention. Toy gets the pick on the Toy, the aggressive. Perfect little bomb. Ether turned his bomb into a little fade bomb back into the spawn. Witness Gaming has been stumped. There's 10 minutes and 57 seconds left on the clock, so still plenty of times, but that was nice coming out of goonmanChubbz, waking up, like you said, deciding to go ahead and take things into their own hands.
In this Witness Gaming play, you get your sniper set up on the long angle here in the house. So Witness Gaming now like kind of cleared their avenue. Quacks going and running interference here. Ether running interference. Double negative here on the play. Lenny going down to Fish. Blank going down. That means no card capper. No one to like kind of close that distance quickly. There is an added defense Uber coming up. Eerie getting the pick onto Honesty, but here comes the ad.
Ooh, and the ad, it doesn't look like it's going to kill anybody just yet. They tried to go ahead and utilize it into their best position, but they pretty much expected the Uber ad, and at that point, they went ahead and just kited it and reassessed the situation. Now we're witness gaming with the ad, and with the players going ahead and paving the way. This could be something, this could be cinematic, as we do see a bomb from Ether gets reflected from Carson. Beautiful reflect from Carson, as we're just going ahead and seeing a lot of card pressure. They went ahead and stuffed him out in the pit. Quacks going ahead with the bomb, tried to hit the C-tap. Quacks. Oh dear, Quacks, oh dear. I understand. That just kind of happens when you do the bomb into like 6 people. I get it, it's understandable. But one of that, just seen as Lenny also went ahead and just died as of sort as well. Oh my goodness, Carson getting picked up as well. DT and Fish losing their lives. But at this point, there's a lot of car pressure. Quack and Bo coming in to clear off anybody onto the car. But Eerie with Fist of Steel getting bowled by Toy, just keeping the life alive, just like everybody else. Bo on the cart, trying to keep the life alive, but that's going to be captured right into the pit. With 14 seconds left on the clock, it was going to be a little bit difficult, but difficult it proved to be, with the first half being in Witness Gaming's favor, Rogue.
All right, well, we now find Witness Gaming on the tournament, match, playoffs, grand finals, the whole league, the whole season point. If Witness Gaming wins the next round or even the round after, they will be your champions. They will be your invite winners for RGL Invite Highlander Season 20. Yeah, Chubbs, I mean, they showed a fine defense there. I guess the defense was 5.5 minutes. So, I mean, but again, it's like such a wash, right? Like even if you hold for a while, even if you hold off 4 Ubers, that's like not even enough because of how long 15 minutes of a time is to cap. So really well played out of Witness Gaming. They had that like lockout hold on last, all but hard held it, and managed to convert with a very solid offense off the back.
Rebel has 23 kills. That's like, that is a crazy stat line that I'm looking at. Rebel has 23 kills. 23, 2-3, 23 kills. Oh my goodness. I am definitely, goonmanChubbz was still able to go ahead and push through. We saw it. goonmanChubbz, when they were on the offensive, the Goon offensive, were still able to go ahead and push every point tier by tier, not even tier by tier, but just in steps. They were basically able to take their time. The second point was looking a little bit rough, but after that, they went ahead and just took third point like it was nothing. 4th point, a little bit difficult, but then we got immediately to last point with a 14-second push. Witness Gaming took advantage of the time and it looks like for the points that were a little bit more difficult, they went ahead and just rushed it through. What 4th point was looking a little bit more difficult because goonmanChubbz was just kind of deathballing in situations to where it was working for them. But Rogue, what's last, they couldn't even hold it. It almost seemed like they had less than a minute 30 to hold this with the amount of people that were just overrunning the cart and the picks that were just in their favor.
Right. Yeah, I'm truly floored by what we're seeing. I have to shout out, probably Rebels making a solid case to be my match MVP. I mean, Ether though, 25-12 on Payload Soldier, 3rd damage in the server, just behind both demos. But anyway, Rebel, for everyone else in chat too, it's like, oh, they're feeding into his sentry. Nope. More than half of Rebel's kills are with the shotgun. So he's laying it down himself, doing what needs to be done. So that is phenomenal play. Other things too, Blake is kind of famous for never dying, right? And I remember even earlier in the season, we saw these almost savant level performances from Carson, just, always doing the right thing, putting up crazy numbers, having Blake on 0 or 1 deaths every half. And so, yeah, it feels like the combo is having a tougher time. Another one that stands out to me is honestly, shot away 6 and 24. The thing is, for you to get into that last, the doors are so spammable that I don't know, that's I think just a tougher one. But I think we can see from Fish, who managed to not only survive a little bit more by having 10 fewer deaths, but also convert those into frags when it was time to go for those aggressive forward plays. That was really well done. So I don't know, honestly, looking at the stats from the side of Chubbs, everyone's pretty solid. Again, it feels honestly, having trouble finding his way into this one, but really they have the pieces to work with to find their way back in. It's just a matter of execution.
I am honestly still at a loss for words. You know, I went in this thinking that goonmanChubbz would ruin the momentum after winning the steel map. But realistically, now that I've seen how this game could go, Witness Gaming has a grand chance to basically take this home, to basically put it in the final basket. But that all depends on this next offensive push. Guaranteed a 14-minute hold, a 14-minute offense. You know, you're probably going to be demoralized by that. You absolutely are. Some people will, some people wouldn't be. But at this point in time, even though they basically put it in half, if they can get to the point where, listen, if every point's pretty much a roll, if Goonman just can have a solid hold between third and last, second maybe, but realistically third and last, then I could absolutely see this being another half for Goonman. But Rogue, the way this is looking, this could be a Witness dub.
Yeah, it felt so clearly that like Chubbs got it working. Like they got that magic back on Steel. Where like they got annihilated multiple times. Like stuff that would be like catastrophic round losing tragedies that they bounced back from and still won. So it's like, oh wow, they can just recreate that magic here. And like, you know, again, I think being on offense first, and like, especially even if you fail, like, it's all right. It's not that big of a deal. We take that one on the chin, you know. But I don't know. It's kind of like you said. Like, I feel like even on their defense, they would have found something. But in any case, we are now going into what could be the final round of the grand finals of the entire season. Right now, we're in a best of 5 for the grand finals. We are basically tied at 2 maps each. Whoever wins this one takes it home on this final map here. The score is 1-0 for Witness Gaming.
At this point in time, like I said, you absolutely could see, like Rogue said, you could absolutely see, I keep saying that. Listen, this could be a dub for WG. But the offense is still there. It's still in the half. The game is not over. But yeah, I got nothing. I had something to say. I had like a funny thing to say. It's not funny. It wasn't funny. It's obnoxious, if anything. So at that point, bro, prediction. Do you think this will be a Witness dub? Depending. Oh, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I understand. You just went to the restroom. Apologies. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, 10 seconds left on the clock. But we did see, Witness Gaming break this offense in half. So at this point in time, it's just how it will unfold. As we currently start to break out a little bit slow and steady, because look, we're doing a little bit of too much. I'd say we got the teleporter. Oh, actually, never mind. Bo got the teleporter from Rebel. Quax is going ahead and getting high. Honestly, got the pick on the Eerie. And honestly, actually gets traded out, especially from Poseidon as well. After high in the sky, getting great damage, actually. Phenomenal damage with some stickies or from pipes from, oh my god, from DT. Going ahead and setting goonmanChubbzdaniel back all the way to the second. They do not want to do any type of hold whatsoever. Hyphen is dead. They're going to go ahead and just try to slowly but surely go ahead and set their people back up on to second point. But as we see it, Rogue, this could go several ways, but that was very aggressive for a first hold, or for a first push. Shoot.
Yeah, here we find ourselves on second. This time, Witness Gaming going for the upper exchange. This is the first time we've seen this push in this map, which is crazy because we've just watched a half hour's worth of Swiftwater. But they're going for these peaks, you know, trading spam back and forth. Now calling out to Lenny that they're peeking this way. Here, your kind of game plan is just use on your pyro, reflect everything. Here it comes. Honestly, wait, no, just barely getting the flash. Nice peek out of Blake. And yeah, the offense just gets annihilated here. They get Toy out. Fine, that's great. The thing is now there's a little like trick where actually it's not really happening since Hyphen's dispenser is far away. Blake now gets to keep building on everyone because there's no dispenser to eat your percentage. The rest of the offense now meeting on cart, getting that cart pushed up towards the door and having plenty of time to dry fight or keep the sentry gun before the next Uber.
just as we're seeing it too, man, it's seeming like a lot of your plays, ooh, hold up, Ether and Quax actually trade. Well, I say trade, but Blank actually was the one who got the kill on the Quax. A gun set tried to be used from Fish, but alas, could not be done. The player from the side of Goonman went ahead and stopped those shenanigans from ever happening. But at this point in time, both teams are slowly but surely going to go ahead and grab their Uber. We could see an Uber exchange. Most likely is what's going to happen is we will probably see an Uber exchange, but the post-fight will be everything. If this gun is not dead within the post-fight, especially with shot away dead, no information, it could not look good. It could go ahead and hit the death ball and kind of take it from their road.
Yeah, let's see. The Super does come out. No shot away to call this out. Lenny getting the flash means you can take whatever peek you want. We just cycled Ubers with a clean 0 damage, but Eerie and Ether late out of upper. Hyphen's gun now just getting set back up. Ether is super low HP, honestly super low HP. Pablo going and clearing this out, getting a nice quick 2K in upper. So right now the defense is spread out so wide that like the gun is so far away that they're pretty comfortable actually giving up the upper balcony, but a nice shot from Poseidon onto Quax, who was carved.
Oh my goodness, Lenny does not anyone to enter his line of vision, his field of vision. At this point right now, he said anyone who enters my field of vision will die, will be assassinated. I will kill you. Parentheses, NTF2, parentheses. You will be obliterated by my rifle. As we are going ahead and seeing a little bit of a... Oh my blade! Oh no! Lead damage onto my blink. That's gonna get the kill. But Shalloway is behind, but Melon goes ahead and catches that as well. And it's just a good old-fashioned team fight yet again, right out through main. Pablo trying to see if he can go for some type of hero play, but oh my goodness, just like Daredevil, the anti-hero. It's not gonna happen. Try to make that work. It's not gonna work. DT actually putting up some aggressive sticky traps, trying to see if he can catch someone off guard. Trying to see if he can try to get something. Lenny peeking the door, peeking the shutters, trying to see what he can pick. Sees the stickies out from the store. Most likely will go ahead and shove them away. Doesn't want to be caught by that, but actually they're not even gonna contest their point. No gun, no positioning, no reason to even contest their point. But fourth point, everything's a little bit more open. They have to go ahead and try to use a little bit more resources to go ahead and get their picks, get their push successfully. It all will depend. Lenny with that angle, ready to go ahead and snipe someone along Poseidon. This could go either way, bro.
Wow, I still can't believe what a play from Blank. He's nice stab from Fish onto Lenny. That's gonna give so much room to the offense, but wait, another stab from Shotaway onto Poseidon. So no snipers on the board. The defense is actually only 6 up to the 8 of the offense. But yeah, I cannot believe that play. From Blank hitting those, like Blank is sort of like a savant. Like he sees the whole matrix unfolding with the scout projectiles, getting those bleeds onto Blake. So like I think Blake only took 1 real rocket, but just bleeding out from the toys sealed the deal. But now we have an Uber exchange on cart. Everyone kind of just spamming each other. But wait, we lost DT at the Super. Even person went a little bit ahead of the beam as well. So now it's just Melon trying to create some space, but there's no way even to capitalize. Shot away on the decloak onto ramp. Here we go, gets 1 pick. Going for Toy now. Toy's actually getting so healthy from the regenning alone. Tanky Rebel, but it's down to Lenny
calling Kenny Kung Fu, and I ain't talking about the demo. He going ahead and shooting Toy, turning him into glue. Oh my goodness. Toy, she tried to escape the situation, and it just could not escape the rifle, could not escape the Australian sniper rifle. Was not happening. But with goonmanChubbz working with this ad, definitely taking down the time. It is looking like we're probably going to see either a dry fight, especially that we have. Yeah, Toy is committed, so we're going to see a slow dry fight. Hyphen has died. Lenny died to DT as well. Pivotal picks. Fish going to go ahead and die, but manages to sap the gun for his team. We don't know Lenny, and the Uber does come out on the head. People are just going to pretty much die one by one. Whoever's caught within the Uber, that's okay. They're going to have a faster spawn. Rebel trying to see if he can pick anybody, but it's going to go ahead and lose his life to Pablo. But Uber ad is going to be in favor of Witness Gaming to go ahead and turn this around, potentially, unless goonmanChubbz, unless one player from Goonman goes ahead and stuffs this whole play. Quack's getting his pick right onto Blank, but getting traded out with Lenny also getting a pick right on the Poseidon. goonmanChubbz has decided to wake up. They said 14 minutes on last. Yeah, we're not taking that disrespect. We're going to, oh, Lenny! Doing it again! Putting her in the sniper sideline with everybody else just trying to do whatever they can to get whatever kind of pick. And at this point in time, Hyphen is going to lose his pick, and everyone from the side of Witness Gaming is pretty much just dying. No Engineer, no Heavy, and no Pablo for goonmanChubbz, but for everyone else still alive, it's going gonna be perfectly okay.
I just watched DT like lose his whole team around him. Like, oh man, goes back in, does 400 damage, and then leaves again. Survives the whole time. You can't make this stuff up. But wow, I actually thought the Chubbs ad Uber there was so dubious. They took that without shot away, but your spy has to be between like the medic's exit and the rest of your team when you're taking an ad like that. They didn't get Toy. It took these salvage plays first from Quacks, then from Lenny to find Toy. Wait, DT goes down way too early after bombing in, trying to go for something here, finding nothing for it. Quacks going and shoving him all the way back. Fish down for it. The offense, yeah, just going for like a fun sack, but I don't know. It's like so limp. They all kind of just sauntered over towards the point like, I didn't feel like going for a sack like in the next 20 seconds randomly. You can choose your own adventure here, boys.
Oh, and Lenny with a 5K going ahead and keeping everyone at bay after trying to go for a little bomb, trying to pressure, but it's not going to go ahead and get anything. It's going to go ahead and back up. Both teams do have Uber, but Lenny is just keeping people within the sideline. It's iron steel right on his hip. He got that heat and he's ready to go ahead and explode as we see in this game going ahead and coming to the cuffs, coming to the field, see if they can go ahead and fight in this boxing ring. But currently Uber exchanges are about to go ahead and dwindle. Poseidon goes ahead and gets picked out, and Quack going ahead with a follow-up as well. Discombobulating a lot of people from the side of the Witness Gaming. Player ad still on the side of goonmanChubbz as well. A lot of card pressure from Rebel as well. Ooh, a lot of card time actually. Toy, Melon, Blank are still up to the podium with Rebel getting picked up with Lenny putting them on the 7K. He is woken up with Poseidon getting his pick onto Lenny, officially shutting him down with this card pressure essentially being again still at play. Quack going for the pick on the Toy, but Melon right there to stop all these shenanigans is there to save it. 8 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. Rogue will add in their favor. A couple people dead. Could get aggressive if needed. Honestly, super low. Is gonna go ahead and die. Melon chasing Blake. Oh, someone's gonna try to stop Blake with the hot hands. He couldn't escape. He could not escape. It was almost his time. Poseidon waking up. Going ahead and get these mixed follow through with the cart onto the pressure. Oh my goodness gracious. This could be the offensive win that Witness Gaming needs. It's not even reached 10 minutes yet. A lot of card time Ether in the sky. Honestly, almost shot it, but is immediately going for the card. Carson on the card as well. Toy using the Uber to save everybody who's just going ahead and trying to shoot for this card. Getting a lot of pressure. Bull trying to hold it down. Quacks is into the arena. Hyphen still standing on the card. Then he's trying to do it. Everyone's just on the card. With 9 minutes and 18 seconds left, goonmanChubbzdaniel needs to beat this time to call themselves the half victor. But if not, Witness Gaming could take this home. Rogue, this is crazy.
Yeah, 9.5 minutes. That is a good hold. Like that's you have a lot of time to work with here for Chubbs. But then again, I mean, their first offense, they got pretty hard held on the last. I mean, what was it? They pushed into last in, was it 6 minutes, I think, and then it got held there for another 8.5, right? Yeah, so another stat line like that here. We saw Team Chubbs like hold the first 3 points for 4 minutes, and then they held just fourth for 4.5 minutes. That's what we're talking about here with Swiftwater. Like, you can create a hold. Like, Chubbs didn't hold third, and they didn't hold last, and that still was a 9.5 minute time. So really well played by them, and this gives them a lot to work with for this round.
At this point in time, you know, listen, it's possible. It is a 9 minute and 18 second push that goonmanChubbzdaniel essentially has to offset. We've seen that with the last essentially 4 points, but it's gonna come down to that last. If they can get momentum from, what is it, third to fourth, they could absolutely get there. But we are going to be looking at a pause. Don't know what it is. Once Mouse died again, an official team talk, anything's up in the air.
Is it a pause? I can't. Oh yeah, we do have a pause. My bad. I was gonna say I missed the normal indicator for me just didn't display. My bad. So yep. Honestly, yeah, we're gonna first of all hope that everything's fine across both these teams. But for again anyone just joining, this pause happens like 90 seconds in the future. So as soon as we go live, you're gonna see things unfold as normal, and then we'll find out a little bit later on what really went on here.
I'd say it's hard to really predict how this is gonna go. We've realistically seen the super last hard hold, but I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Realistically, it really can still go either way. We're on the final map. but the two top teams, anything is pretty much up in the air. Both of these teams can adapt. Witness Gaming has been adapting better for sure. Not throughout. I'd say throughout the whole series. When it comes to even Steel, you don't worry about Steel. But Swiftwater, they definitely have been adapting where they kind of need to. I want to see aggression. I absolutely want to see aggression from Goonman, but I want to see it in a way that's not going to cost you like 20, 30 plus deaths. To the classes that can get to the classes that can die that many times, Rogue, sure. But if it's like a combo player or anything along that line that's dying that much, man, need to rethink a strategy, man.
Yeah, it's a tough, now that we're, well, I mean, think of this scale and the scope of this match. These teams have been playing for the past 3 hours straight. And they played against each other in the upper bracket finals 2 weeks ago, and they played in the main season, and also they played against each other for years and years. So there's so much going into the strategy for this match, right? Who's playing well today versus not? What usually works for us that's not working today? All these things have to be calculated on the fly. And there we go, we're back in the game. And when tabbed out, come back, it's time for video games.
Oh, tap back in. The game is not over. Tap back in, see this marvelous game. See exactly what's unfolding right before your very eyes. With DT going ahead and dying to Quacks, and Lenny getting the pick on the Uri as well. But not before Poseidon gets the pick on the shot away. Hold up. Shot away, fade away. 3-pointer, Lakers in 5. Oh, just like we're seeing it. Heart time. Ether staying a little bit in, Bolt getting some pressure, trying to see, does he get the Ether kill? He's gonna get the Ether kill. He gets the Ether kill. The stickies are just a powerful weapon. Stickies are so good. I love stickies. Blank also just got a kill on Lenny, and is still behind. That was kind of crazy. Bro moving like rush hour. And all dying by the gun. A scout's worst enemy. A sentry gun. A level, any type of level. Doesn't matter. Shot away, putting himself in position to get information at first. Will most likely put himself in position to go for a stab when his team is pressuring. Seeing as we are looking right now, both teams do have even Ubers. So realistically, this will go either way, but it looks like Ubers and Tunnel, they'll probably take this from main road.
Yeah, full 100%, yeah, with Ether on the Calmango, thanks so much, going for that explosive fire damage, but Uber coming to main, Blake taking some damage, DT and Toy dropping down now and post. The gun from Rebel did go down, so we have something to work with. There is where the pause would have come from. So we're now back in the real live time. Now, yeah, just sort of a hard reset, and honestly now, taking the charge here out through Tunnel, eating up all the damage, but it's a bloodbath. We're getting thrown in the blender.
Shot away! Collecting two crucial, intelligent, beautiful excellence. Oh my goodness. Absolutely gorgeous picks with hype and getting 2 with the glow stick. Coming home to play. He ain't coming to play. Quack seeing if he can get this pick on the toy. Oh yeah! From Quacks on the toy. No medic for the side of Goonman. Carson getting picked up. And Blake finding his pick on the Blake as well. Oh my goodness. No medic on the field. All damage is permanent. Melon getting this early fire to Melon. Oh, what the hell back. But Blake came back. Fish on the honesty, and they didn't even cap the point. All that damage, and we couldn't cap the point. It was too chaotic, disastrous. But despite all that, with no medics on the field, it is going to go ahead and set everything back even. Quacks going ahead for a little play. Ether on the chase, and is going to erase Quacks from existence right on the track with the Cowmaker that goes ahead and gets rid of your body. No ragdoll left behind, no evidence.
I actually feel like the offense had such a window of opportunity here. If they went in fast, Witness Gaming was not ready. They weren't on the high ground. Quacks' bomb distracted them enough that Chubbs could have gone. They instead, get in position and heal up, but that's way better for the defense than for the offense.
Oh, and the offense is looking blank. Went ahead and lost his life to Pablo collecting 2. Hold up. Pablo collecting 3. Pablo collecting 4.
Pablo?
Oh, Pablo did collect 4, but got shoved in the air. The Uber did get used, and they are going to get out with it. This is not going to be pretty, but there is a gun going up. So that tells me that Witness Gaming absolutely is going to try to contest for third with 5 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock, with Quacks actually behind. Nobody sees him. Ether probably, maybe, potentially, kinda, I'm hoping saw him, but I don't think that's gonna be the case. Shot away with enough, and Quack shot away! Working as a team in tandem, getting these picks and solidifying their Uber ad into the 4th point. Ether high in the sky. Uber was still available for the side of Goonman. No picks, but Blank or Melanin. Oh, Blank trying to go ahead and salvage, but it's not gonna be like that. The garbage man came already. It's on Monday, and he came to collect, and collect they did. At this point in time, we are trying to see Witness Gaming go for a contest. Wax in lobby being really sneaky, trying to see if we can work something with Shadowway again. Maybe try to bully Rebel, and that's exactly what it looks like it's happening. Even though Lenny and everyone else kind of died within the combo. Oh, and they're trying to contest, and they're very, very low health. There's a lot of low health being played around. Bo's going to go ahead and lose his life as well. Rebel loses his life to Shadowway, so he absolutely is being bullied, but the gun is going to keep Quacks from doing anything kind of silly. Still up and being shot at. Shadowway loses his life because he discovered the gun. Rebel going to be the first to back up, but Lenny went ahead and collected that pick on the Poseidon as well. Ubers actually are going to be practically pretty even, but the post fight is pretty much what's going to matter within a point like this. Fish has put himself in a position to go ahead and work something, work his magic if something is needed. It looks like he'll probably try to bully Hyphen, but Uber hasn't gone out yet. Poseidon gets picked up by Lenny yet again. Uber exchange is going ahead and happening live. Lenny does go ahead and die. No snipers from the side of both teams. Post fight looks a little bit more in favor of goonmanChubbz, the way they're kind of playing their positioning by staying on car after throwing his body right onto the car, but it's 1 versus 5 with Blank trying to go ahead and get this pick on the Blake, but it's not going to work. But Pablo did get the pick on the toy. 3 minutes and 54 seconds left. goonmanChubbz will have an Uber to go ahead and enter into last uncontested, but the gun is here. Shadowway is looking to go ahead and try to bully Poseidon, maybe even DT, maybe even Rebel, letting this go down. I think Blank did bump into Shadowway, so that it looks like they're going to try to crust, and they did it again. They know he's here. DT's trying to go ahead and make some noise. Rebel, this is the all or nothing.
Yeah, this cart working its way through, there is an ad, but it's not enough. Fish is calling out this offense. I mean, it's a good amount of ad, I should say, but they're not ready yet. So it's like they kind of just have to sit around and wait and build. But actually, they're not building that fast. They're giving Toy, you know, they had a 40% ad, now it's 30. Nice shot from Lenny onto Poseidon. No sniper means that we can peek so many more of these doors for the offense. 98% coming up onto these tracks and charging forward to top of it.
This Uber basically just has to get in people's faces so the car can basically just be ran out. And if they get picks, that's going to be better for their situation, as that's exactly what's going to happen. DT's doing everything he can to stuff this car, but that is going to be your second half with goonmanChubbz solidifying that they are still in the game. It is now officially 1-1. Whoever wins the next half will be your Highlander Grand Finalist season for this season. And realistically, the way this is going, Rogue, it can be anybody.
Yeah, this that was, I think, a really clutch win from Chubbs to take a round without Peter Griffin. I mean, this is unprecedented from them. That was sort of their eights in the hole. That was their win condition this whole time. But they managed to make do without the ringer here holding it down on the server. I'm amazed, honestly, with like this play from Chubbs. Like, I don't know, these hero plays, like Quacks going crazy on the transition from second into third, putting so much pressure on the combo and putting so much pressure on like the sentry gun, right? Also think for Witness, that was not a good call to hold third. They called to like commit Toy with this ad, and like you mentioned, Quacks was behind. Everything else was like set up for failure. So for Witness to call to hold third and then not really get their footing for fourth and not really get it for last either, that was an uphill battle. But yeah, I want to take a look at these logs myself. Let me pull them up.
My goodness gracious. These logs telling the story, and it begins with Lenny. Long ago in a distant land, the dragon warrior Lenny went ahead and just, you know what, Kung Fu Panda 2, but instead of Poe, it's just Lenny. It's just Lenny. And instead of, what is it called, the Whooshy Finger, whatever he's got, Australian sniper rifle, 397 DPM, the brother decided to go ahead and wake up this beautiful 12:37 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And let me tell you, 1 headshots versus 17 Rogue. This is looking kinda nuts, kinda crazy. And the general stat line that we saw the last half is not being repeated in this half.
Yeah, I'm actually leaving in 4 hours for a flight. If there's any Deer End Gray fans, I'll see you tomorrow. But yeah, this is going the whole 9 yards here, and this is everything you can want out of the Invite Grand Finals, right? These teams have been working so long for this, and are really showing us what they got. I still can't believe what we're seeing out of Chubbs to like lose so hard around number 1 and to lose so hard on the first 2 maps. Like even their own map pick they lost. So whatever adjustments they're making here to make it more interesting, this is really lighting the fire up. And yeah, I can't believe like both scouts playing out of their mind, going basically even, snipers playing out of their minds, playing totally even, Quacks now putting up big numbers, like just putting up a high first number regardless of the second number is really important for Soldier. I mean, both medics having basically even deaths. Looking at the damage, let me see, actually Lenny top damage, yeah, like you mentioned, he's leading the charge here. But really, yeah, this is like when the grand finals really starts. Like no one is standing out on the stats. It's like, ooh, wait a second. There isn't one clear hero and there isn't one clear like liability. So it all comes down to the calls. It all comes down to the positioning, the hero plays, everything else.
How this unfolds will be, oh my goodness. Rogue and I don't know. I can't speak entirely for Rogue. But I have no idea how this game is gonna unfold. I have no idea what to expect, what's gonna happen. My prediction is is gone. I have no expectations. I have no expectations. Actually, in the chat, you know what? The grand finals over. Pablo actually said, okay, it's 1-1. They call it here now. So they're just gonna go ahead and leave. They're all gonna disconnect. GG's only. Everyone has said GG's. They claim that it's actually gonna be a draw. This is RGL. Good night. But no, realistically though, it is gonna be. Dang, the fact this game went till midnight on Monday is fire. But along this line, we pretty much are gonna see exactly how this game will unfold. And like I said, whoever wins it pretty much wins it all. I will have no complaints of who wins, Rogue.
You can really tell that we're in the in the throes, in the thick of it. Chat's really turning on each other here. They just resorted to cannibalism. They couldn't figure out whose turn it is with the one brain cell, so they're kind of just running on fumes right now. But yeah, these teams do, like, that's kind of why I talk about like playing in grand finals isn't a battle, it's a war, right? You have to learn to like peak at the right time, and yeah, they're even saying like, oh, why don't we just call it a draw and say we're a tie here in the game as well. But yeah, there's so much to this, right? Because like you have to make sure that you don't like go all out calling like crazy, and then if it all falls apart, then everyone starts stouting you on your own team, or like, if someone on the enemy team peaks in round number 1 of, how many rounds have there been? 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is round number 12. So if someone peaks in round number 2, everyone spends the next 10 rounds countering you, right? Maybe you don't want that. You have to peak at the right time and when it matters most before they have time to counter you. So yeah, I'm loving what I'm seeing out of these teams and like the way they're finding their way back into the match.
Oh brother, it's only going to let that sink in. It's only going to get crazier from here. When everything is high, especially your cortisol, when everything is high, then nothing. Then all bets are off. Realistically, I think that Lenny, like I said, Lenny was just kind of in the flow state. So at that point, is it gonna be what is the witness gaming called? Is it gonna be as simple as we kill Lenny, we push? Is it gonna be the steps that we kind of saw within the first half? Because the second half, something was lost. Something was lost, and we couldn't get the steps out just right to where they needed to be. But depending on how it goes on, it could be magnificent. From both teams. goonmanChubbs are like, all right, we know they're gonna go for Lenny. We can take advantage of that. If they're just gonna pine for bro, we can basically go ahead and go in and just make some noise, do some death balls, go from there. Rogue, I am baffled. I am baffled by how such an outstanding grand finals this has been. So like I said, bro, the way this goes, anyone could win, and I'd be happy about it.
Amen to that. I think same for these players too. Like, I'm just so happy. I think what I've seen out of everybody here, uh, everyone like how they're kind of moment in the sun and the like star plays and things like that. So, you know, everyone can look back on this match and think like, oh man, I went off at this point. Like, come back and find the clip after the game. Yeah, I'm excited too, like for everyone watching, because I think this caliber of team, really it only exists between these two. Like there are no other teams in North America right now, like in this season anyway, that I think are on this echelon, right? They're so excellent when it comes to their individual skill, the way they played together, the way they've built that chemistry over years, right? These players have played together for either one or multiple years. So that's like a kind of magic that you can't create if you hop from team to team. So I think what we're seeing here is like such a masterclass in TF2. And I think we're seeing where that goes wrong too, right? Like, you know, you could do everything right, and then suddenly someone calls to hold third, and then we hard wipe on third and fourth and last, and it's like, we could have won grands maybe if we didn't make that call. But now you got to bounce back from that. That's the game. That's business.
Oh, I will tell you that. Wait, I didn't realize that no one's readied up yet. I don't think so. But one thing that's gonna be nice to see from how this game is going to go is how the offensive team, because at this point it'll be Goonman offensive again. So, you know, Goonman offensive. We could see another 14-minute. Most likely probably won't, after we just saw them beat like a 6-ish minute time. So most likely won't happen, depending on how the outlook of 4 is, the 4th point. But what I can tell you is that if Goonman basically is going to take this momentum and kind of just, what's the word I'm essentially going to be looking for? If Goonman can actually just take this momentum and keep pushing, I definitely can see them probably getting close to like a, if I had to say, it's been like a toss up. We went from like 14 to 8 to 6 to like 5-30. So if they played like they did the last offense, honestly, man, Rogue, I'd have to say, if I'm predicting the time, I'm probably thinking like 5 minutes and 27 seconds. I would probably bump that up to a minute, so I'm going to stick with 6 minutes and 27 seconds.
Whew, that's a solid call. I feel like knowing the Chubbs team here and like the way they adjust and like once they find that rhythm, I feel like they're going to really lock in here on this map and as a team. I'm gonna guess something even a little faster. Maybe let me go like 5. I'm gonna go 5:49. I'm gonna say they like really nail it, except maybe 1 or 2 pushes.
Ooh, you said 1 or 2 pushes. You said 1. Oh, thinking like that, Rogue. Okay, but let me ask you this: who do you think? Oh, what the heck? I just realized that. Oh, they're just in spectator. I was like, where did like 3 of their players go? What happened? How do you feel? What do you feel? What is your prediction? If your instinct, your heart feeling, your pride in the game, no intellect, no brain, don't even think. What does your heart tell you?
Oh, my heart's telling me it's Chubbs. I don't know why, to be honest, but what does yours say?
The way this is working, the way this is looking, thinking it's Witness. I think it'll be Witness. I think the reason my heart says Witness, actually, you know what? I said no brain. My heart says Witness. My heart says Witness. I feel this could be a Witness game.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty clear that Witness is the better team tonight. Like, they're playing better TF2. When they're winning harder. When they salvage better. But just somehow this Chubbs scoreline keeps working out for them. Like, they found that win on Steel of all maps. Like, they couldn't get a single round on Koth, their own map pick that they steamrolled Witness Gaming on just weeks ago. And yeah, they found the win on Payload, and now they're finding wins on Swiftwater, like with their backs against the wall. So like, yeah, I don't know. I can't even, like, if we had like an honorable, like Olympics judge kind of way to decide grand finals, then Witness Gaming put on a better gameplay. But, you know, listen, all that matters at the end of the day is the number at the top of the screen.
If I had to, here's what I would put it. Man, let me put it like this. You know, like the judges, when they put up a sign and like a number, and they're like, oh yeah. I'm like, if you had you have to give a number to the way that both of these teams are playing tonight, 1 through 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. How would you categorize them from everything you've seen up until this point, and your thought process, of course?
Ooh, Jamon, that is a fun question. All right, I would give Witness Gaming an 8 out of 10 for their performance tonight. I know they're capable of a little more, but I also think that more only comes when you're really pushed. Like, they haven't been pushed that hard yet, so they haven't like dug deep, I think. But honestly, for Team Chubbs, like, I would go with maybe a 6 out of 10. Like, they were really lacking, I think, for map number 1 and map number 2. Like, you know, they've never loved Vigil, so that's fine. But I don't know, for them to like really turn the heat on steel means they're doing something right. Like, they must be above average to get these rounds. So I don't know, that's my thought. I feel like I want to see more out of Chubbs, and I'm used to seeing more out of them. And I know Witness is playing well, but can do better, but they haven't had to do better yet. Because again, Chubbs is like either like not just challenging them hard enough, or just somehow winning these rounds where it feels like they shouldn't. So tough one, but I don't know. How about you? Do you differ at all?
I'd say, ooh, you said an 8 and you said an 8 for Witness and a 6 for Chubbs. Yeah. I would say, I think 8 is pretty nice actually when it comes to Witness. A lot of the times, I think like you said, first and second maps were pretty much. For the first and second maps, for how it kind of happened, for how it kind of unfolded for Goonman, unfortunate. But, you know, Witness was definitely playing better games along that line. Their step-by-step progress from how they were kind of playing and setting things into motion. Collapses just looked a little bit more efficient and more profound. Where, you know, we get to steal, it was looking a little bit hectic. And I probably would have given them, like, I would have given Goonman like a 5. But after seeing Steel, I probably would actually give them closer to like a 6.5. I honestly am going to say 7. And the reason I say 7 is because between Steel and this map, the way I'm pretty much seeing it is that Steel was just so out of pocket. Because a lot of people thought, and honestly, you and I included, thought that Witness Gaming was pretty much going to go ahead and take it home. We saw Peter Griffin make his appearance, and we thought, hey, it's going to be wraps. Only for them to turn it around, but turn it around in a way where they pretty much played dominantly. Like any sort of play that pretty much worked for them. And if it looked chaotic, I wouldn't say very controlled, but it looked controlled to like a standard, like what you would think controlled would be. And then from how Swiftwater was kind of played out, the time after the 14-minute hold, to me, it was looking drastic. But after securing the second half and just kind of putting the way that, hey, we can wipe you too. And if we get to that point to where we can wipe you, it pretty much is just solidified for us. We can do the same thing that you can do, which is why I give them like a 7. But they're not going to get the 8. They haven't been playing this. They haven't been playing across these couple 3 maps as we saw from how Witness Gaming has been playing it.
Woo. Well, good morning, chat. Everyone here on the East Coast anyway. It's the dawn of a new day. Today we will crown a grand finals champion. It all comes down to this. We had, goonmanChubbzdaniel taking the win in the upper bracket finals just 2 weeks ago over Witness Gaming, which means they start up here in Grands 1 map. Then Witness Gaming took the first real map here of Grands, so the score was tied at 1-1. That was on Lakeside. Then Witness Gaming took another 2-0 sweep on Vigil, finally bringing us to Steel, where Chubbs managed a 2-0 back. So we're tied up at 2 maps each. We're on Swiftwater, 1 round up each. So whoever wins this next round will be your invite Highlander Season 20 RGL champions.
And listen, it's going to be great. It's going to be phenomenal. You know, also shout out to Squirt Yay for going ahead and solidifying their 3rd. Also, you know, Caroline actually released a little video about their Squirt Yay experience. You know, Squirt Yay experience 3 type-ish. You know, if you were trying to see what the life of Squirt Yay was. But this is grand finals. We're not talking about that right now. We talk about that good stuff. That whoever wins this game will be our grand final winner. But as we see that Quacks with a big old bomb, but actually getting denied, Bo getting killed by Blank, and at this point in time, Poseidon loses his life to Pablo, who gets traded out for Blank as well. He had the man treads on, because the air blast was just so low. Sentry gun from Rebel also gets picked off by Lenny as well, as we are currently seeing both teams. They are going to have Uber, but just as I'm saying that, actually, Rogue, they are taking their time to slowly but steadily leave this first shot away, putting himself in position to go for a stab. Will he wait for pressure, or will he basically take the heroic approach and just kind of go for it? It's all in the hands to see exactly what goonmanChubbzdaniel does to go ahead and give shot away that entrance.
Wait, Witness Gaming going for the tunnel hold. It really is 2013. Where am I? Wake me up! I'm stuck in Highlander! we're now like, this hold is so strange because like the offense can go up top and the gun is so close. Like, yeah, here we have him now. They're getting Lenny and Honesty and Quacks all in this far angle. Here comes the Uber at a bowl.
Oh, and the Uber does go ahead and get utilized, and just as we're seeing it right now, the gun goes down, but at this point in time, no one else, they're doing the tunnel hold, but they're also out top right, so at this point, Quacks is trying to go behind, see if he can go ahead and stuff. He goes ahead and gets the kill on the Melon. Shot away does die by Ether as well, and at this point in time, the gun's gonna go ahead and kill Quacks, but he does go ahead and get the kill on the DT. This tunnel hold, the thing about this tunnel hold is if you get pinched on both sides, it's not gonna look too good. You have to go ahead and hard hold this, but you also have to go ahead and commit it. Blank, who's just playing his life carefully, gonna probably get sniped by Lenny. Exactly is what's happening. He's standing still and then did a slight AD. Lenny, the way he been aiming, that's potato to him. He's not gonna go ahead and let that happen. Like I said, this tunnel hold is basically going to go ahead and keep them at bay. The combo and the cart is in the tunnel. They're going to have to go ahead and push this. As Poseidon's going to go ahead and get picked up by Lenny. And at that point in time, Bull getting aggressive along with the rest of the people from goonmanChubbz, getting aggressive, breaking this tunnel hold and putting the Uber back into the hell. Just kidding! Big! Actually was the one who went ahead and solidified his kill, resetting the Uber at back. It's gonna be pretty much even with the way that these kills are pretty much looking. But along that line, along this experience, it's pretty much just kind of going from there, Rogue.
Yeah, this is sort of the downside of the tunnel hold. Like when you die, you lose your medic for sure. You lose your engineer and the gun. Ooh, shot away with a nice late pick onto Eerie Person. But the rest of the offense are not like, they're not really playing the high ground here. They kind of won the push and then just all committed to the low ground. I don't think that was the right way to go. I think they gotta climb the spiral staircase or have more players on that longer angle from upper. Now the cart is super close, but the defense gets to set back up.
We went from a wipe solidification. goonmanChubbz literally solidified. If not, we're looking to solidify that second hold, only for it to literally explode. And shot away, kill on the Rebel and getting the gun as well. Battalion's backup has been used and is going ahead and trying to kill the people on the cart. They did go ahead and get the pressure. With Rebel dying there immediately, it's going to pretty much look good. Carson on Toy as well, with DT going ahead and securing his pick with the little Lost Peepas hyphen, going ahead and chasing Toy as well. But, oh my gosh, Ether, and DT, can I keep Toy alive with this Uber? Oh my gosh.
Blake managed to win the 1v1 against Blank, getting a little revenge. Blake was about to go down with on like 3 HP. Managed to just barely survive. Well played. So right now the defense has full Uber. The offense is 20% away, but the car's still a little bit of ways away as well. Rebel's gun is on level 2. He'll have that up, hopefully just in time for the exchange. But the offense is actually coming up top and looking to kind of drop down from IT.
Just with the Uber actually being used from the Einstein from ITO, and the Uber exchange is going to be better for the side of the family. Bo actually sticky bombing to escape the situation, along with Blake, who's just giving, oh my god, Blake, oh my god, so many, he was doing some footwork right there, footwork emote, then he goes ahead and dies as well, and at this point, Blake is just trying to find kills, but it's not going to happen. It looks like Witness Gaming is going to contest and solidify their hold onto third right now, LaRoe.
I'm to be honest, like, I feel like it's so strange for the offense to go all the way through IT and rotate up top like that and then just jump out the really tiny choke point window anyway. Like, for you to get that high ground and then stuff yourself in a funnel, that felt misguided to me. But what we want now for the offense is try and push before they get. Honestly, it's through, Wax is through. Wait a second, Eerie Person goes down for this. They're making so much happen, and wait, Blake is actually getting ran at by Blank and Fish here, like all the way on the flank. Oh my god, everyone's going down on both sides. The defense has 4 players alive. They, honestly, like, it feels like a stoppable force and a movable object. Like it was 2 engineers and medics on both sides trying to think like, can we hold? Can we push? And here we go, it worked out for offense.
They are going to keep their Uber though, but with that being said, goonmanChubbz is slowly but surely building it. They're kind of positioning it. Looks like Blake in a situation to where, yeah, now they're just kind of sacked because they already have the Uber. Toy dies by Quacks from the big bomb in the sky! And at that point in time, any kind of Uber ad that Witness Gaming was looking at having has basically dwindled into nothing. Blake putting himself in a situation where he steps back, lets his team sack. Not something that it looked like Witness Gaming was expecting is going to solidify Uber for his team. Quacks looking like he wants to do it again, but the sentry gun puts him high in the sky. 45 HP doesn't take fall damage, and exactly this is what's happening. The Uber does go ahead and get used out. Poseidon goes ahead and die. No snipers on the field as we're seeing. And at this point in time, it's all about the post fight. If they want to go ahead and recontest, gun goes down. Eerie is speaking slowly. Hood Bull is dead. Ether is trying to go ahead and fight for the point, but there is a gun there stuffing any chance of stopping this card. 6 seconds, or 6 minutes and 7 seconds out of 4 points. Uber is in the helm of Witness Gaming yet again. At this point in time, it's not going to really be something they use aggressively unless we see opportunity to. And if we feel, and Witness Gaming has been shown, and Witness Gaming has shown to be kind of an opportunist here, Rogue, so it's going to be really interesting to see what they do with it, if they do anything at all.
Right, this fast bomb from Quacks actually drawing all the attention away. Now Shadowway gets to kind of slide through and gets a stab on it. Eerie, wait, the defense is crumbling here. The car goes in, 644. You almost nailed it there,
Oh,
wow.
My, yeah. Rogue, we have seen 14 minutes, we've seen 5 minutes, we've seen 6, we've seen 8. goonmanChubbzdaniel went ahead and solidified a 6 minute and 44 second hold. I respect the tunnel hold too from Witness Gaming, but this all will depend how this offense plays. And we've seen where they've gotten a little bit faster, but honestly, it's in anyone's hands. It's anybody's game at this point, Rogue.
Yeah, for anyone well, any idiots in chat, you might look at a play and see that it didn't work and think that was a bad call, but that's not true. In a match like this, they've gone on for so long, you know the other team is like countering your counter plays to counter the other counter plays. So when you show them a completely new hold, like in the third half of like the end of a best of 5 game, it's like the enemy has to suddenly figure this all out at once versus you got to spend all halftime talking about it. So I think it's amazing that like Witness Gaming dug deep and pulled that one out. Yeah, and like they took a risk. It didn't pay off, but it was the right risk to take, I think.
Can goonmanChubbzdaniel secure this defense, or will Witness Gaming make up Witness Gaming? You're finding out tonight in the early AMs, Eastern Standard Time, the best time zone, by the way. Eastern Standard Time is the best time zone. West Coast sucks. Mountain Time sucks. All the other time zones are garbage and useless. Ether with a nice bomb and a stab on the bowl. Gonna go ahead and secure the Uber utilization out of goonmanChubbzdaniel. Fish putting himself in position to play behind. Gonna probably wait for his combo to do a little something before he goes for the stab. Just kidding, he actually just immediately goes for the Quacks kill with Fish losing his life to Pablo. They are gonna have Uber ad and Poseidon at an angle with, oh my gosh, Shadowway looking at everybody from the combo, but if Poseidon doesn't move as well up, okay, now he does. He does, and Melon is spy checking crazy right now. So all will pretty much depend how this next push goes, bro. This could be crazy.
Yeah, Blake is I would be really excited for the offense to push before Blake gets Uber. And hopefully they're going to do it. They have like another 10 seconds. But right now the defense, they actually have Hyphen's gun on like the standard spot. So here comes the offense. Blake hears them coming and is running for the hills. Now playing all the way back with Lenny. But wait a second, Fish is in behind as well. Shadowway in position, calling this out. Doesn't go for the, sorry, yeah, it's a bit too far away. Now Uber comes in and there's the stab from Fish on the Blake.
Oh my goodness, hold up. The damage may look insurmountable from the side of both teams, but it's actually more in favor of goonmanChubbzdaniel. But Blank wants this pick on the Lenny, but isn't going to get it, actually. And it's also going to escape. Shadowway got a perfect stab on the toy that's going to go ahead and reset the Ubers, but managed to get the pick onto Bowl before losing his life. DT also just trying to get a little health back. Shadowway also got a little nice stab on the Eerie, but DT is going to get picked off by Lenny. 4 minutes and 50 seconds. No, 4 minutes and 56 50-something, whatever seconds left on the clock, man. At this point in time, It's looking drastic as this timer continues to tick. Witness Gaming pretty much needs to find a different play to break whatever hole Goonman is pretty much going to throw at him, which it looks like they're just going to even hold the left side. They're not even going to hold up top of this one, Rogue. With Lenny dying, the fish as well.
The offense working their way through Fish, and now Deagle down the high ground, goes down real fast. Blank stuck in behind enemy lines here. Ether going for the bomb way downtown, and actually gets hold of all people. Eerie now walking up. Eerie has done so much damage and continues to do so. This cart now is being capped. Blake, will he escape? Wait, Rebel didn't. Rebel, yes!
Rebel! Rebel with the chase. He ain't gonna waste. Rebel with the chase. He ain't gonna waste. As DT, bumped shot away, who he knows is there. DT just trying to play aggro, trying to stuff him into another point. He does not want to contest third. Goonman doesn't even want to contest third. DT wants to contest third. Goonman does not want to contest third. They want to basically go ahead and take this in the fourth. The problem, though, if Witness Gaming loses this Uber, that's another 30 seconds on the clock that they basically have to use to get this Uber, and time is of the essence. Time is valuable, especially around this corner. You know Lenny's peeking there. You got to decide if you're going to use your Uber peek as a team. Poseidon is going to go ahead to die, and the Lenny peek as well. Uber hasn't been utilized just as yet. Oh, it looks because Uber hasn't actually been given. DT does go ahead and die, and it doesn't even look like we went ahead and exposed Toy. We went ahead and waited carefully. Tried to go for some type of sack play, similar to what goonmanChubbz did earlier, but did not work. They have to do this quick if they want to go ahead and use the Uber, but the way this is looking right now, most likely this will be a Uber exchange not going ahead and happening right before our very eyes.
It's fun, the sniper dance between Lenny and Poseidon. Poseidon up going in the garage. Wait, it's fast. The Uber coming out on tracks. Poseidon going for that shot from downtown. We exchange onto the cart, and no one goes down on either side. That's great for the defense, but for the offense now, you want to go in and trade everything. Quack's going in and disrupting the back line, doing 100 damage to 4 separate people. Shadowy looking on Toy. Gets one shot now. That's the last shot. Toy goes down.
30 seconds already down the drain for Witness Gaming in the 2-minute and 30-second push that they basically have to go ahead and make this work. Lenny get a nice shot on the Poseidon and on the DT as well. And Lenny has come to activate, looking to see if he can get this pick on the Ether as well. Ether in the air, having to turn the real bomb into a fake, and that's actually going to just be a fade away into the ground because of the kill that honestly went ahead and got on the Ether. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left, and Uber ad is in favor of goonmanChubbz. If they want to go ahead and do something, they have to go ahead and do it with the fast because time is of the essence, Rogue.
2 minutes on the clock. Whoever wins this round wins grand finals. We're now working our way. Ether going all the way through the flank, actually, and the Uber gets forced out so early. They distract Pete, but Toy is committed. Shot away with the deagle, going to spam Toy. A quick surf. Quack's trying to lay the damage out and does not get Toy.
Melon, and Ether. Melon and Ether going ahead and solidifying picks. A minute and 39 seconds. Ether tried to go ahead and find another pick, but wasn't able to find it. But listen, it's a minute and 35 seconds left on here. A couple things need to happen. We need to have 3 times people on the cart. This Uber has to go ahead and get so aggressive and into their team. They need picks, or at the very least, they need a distraction. Enough of a distraction to go ahead and have every person look at you. It's basically like when you're doing a double in sixes when they do a double bomb, and you got a real commit and a fade bomb. They basically have to do a fade bomb equivalent, but masked as an Uber. 70% versus 100. If they want to go ahead and use this close, it's a minute until this turns into an exchange, and they're not really moving. They're basically just getting as much card time as pressure. They don't have time to go for the gun. It most likely will have to go ahead and get using the Uber. Pablo does go ahead and goes down. Carson doing his best to go ahead and stop it. Hyphen does guns, does go down. There's a lot of pressure on Car. Blake goes ahead and dies. Oh my god, Witness Gaming is going ahead and done bombing, and that's going to be your winner. Witness Gaming has made goonmanChubbz Witness Gaming.
Blake dies at 98% just before the cart gets capped. That seals it. That's grand finals done and dusted. Congratulations to Witness Gaming with such a nail-biter finish here. 40 seconds left on the clock on the last map of the best of 5, the tiebreaker round. Amazing game. So well played.
Witness Gaming with less than a minute left on the clock had to go ahead and solidify the win on the Swiftwater, and that's exactly what we went ahead and saw here today, ladies and gentlemen. And we had a guest appearance from Peter Griffin himself. Thank you, Peter Griffin. We appreciate you, and we'll see you on the whatever new season of Family Guy, if they're even still running the thing. I assume so. But Rogue, the logs will tell a story, and we're about to go ahead and see it beautifully And specifically, congratulations to AntZen10. I don't know why I'm saying that, but congratulations to you for being on TV. We love to hear it. But looking at these logs, Rogue, it's still telling a story. A good story, might I say.
Yeah, I mean, Lenny 14-5. That's a KD like leaving everyone else in the dust. Well, except Rebel, who's 14-6. So Rebel has just constantly put up these ridiculous numbers. What a standout player, and yet again, a lot of his frags are from the shotgun. So, yeah, great play there. Both medics pretty close in deaths. I mean, this damage from Bull actually taking the lead on the damage this time. So like Lenny top frag, Bull top damage, and yet Witness Gaming managed to just barely get the cart through for the final win here. We even see like honestly putting up great numbers, going 13-7, like a KD of 2 basically. So really everyone in Chubbs was doing the right thing, but it all comes down to the team play at the end of the day.
Oh, I can tell you right now that the way this is basically looking at is, oh my gosh, I saw some things, and that definitely was some. My mind, I got alone, and beside me, I do not have any words for the game that was just unfolded here, except thank you, Peter Griffin. But I can tell you that game was an insane game. Even looking at the combined logs and how all the kills were basically just stacked up, it is basically just back to back. It is phenomenal. It is different. And let me tell you, we definitely are seeing a difference being made here. And I gotta tell you, it's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, unreal gameplay. Yeah, this Witness Gaming crew has been sort of the sort of like David and Goliath style show off between the goonmanChubbzdaniel core, where a lot of the players from this team and like other iterations of similar teams have all been invite winners multiple times over, like almost double digits. These players are winning like, out of our 20 seasons, they might have won half of them here on RGL Invite Highlander. But for Witness Gaming to find this core of players, to make it work and to keep making it work, to bring home the gold like this, I'm so impressed and proud of all these players. I mean, yeah, like for Fish to come back and nail it, for I think Eerie Person to have maybe his first win with Witness Gaming. I mean, all these other players, like, I mean, imagine them trying to do it without Blank, who's putting up these impossible numbers every single game. Everyone else making it possible for Witness Gaming. I mean, I can go on and on. Like, what a standout game from Rebel. Like, I would really encourage any engineer players, go back and watch every single map of Rebel tonight. He went so above and beyond, punching outside of his weight class here. Yeah, incredible play out of everyone on the side of Witness Gaming. And yeah, I really want to dig into like what happened with Chubbs, like to have such a cold start here on their own map pick, huh?
Oh, let me tell you, the map picks that were basically just unfolding right here and there were definitely some of the best. Literally the whole exchange was crazy. Like I said, Steel was it. Steel was there. That was even a throwaway. Maybe it was just like, hey, get Steel out of the way. We know he's gonna lose, but let's ruin the other mental going for it. But literally less than 60 seconds left on the clock, went ahead and just changed every sort of aspect for the game itself. And let me tell you, today we do have interviews. You thought there wasn't gonna be interviews in Highlander? We got some of the players here from Witness Gaming here tonight. Spy's very own Fish, Engineer's very own Rebel from Witness Gaming, along with not Rogue, god darn it. Oh
hey,
my god, Eerie, my bad, Eerie. Gentlemen, welcome to the interview session, please. How are you all doing this evening?
Let's fucking go! We're doing pretty good if you can't tell.
Good.
Emotions are high. Yeah,
I can tell all throughout that entire series that it was crazy. One thing I do have to ask you though, do you all know exactly from the spectator side what happened on Steel? We got I don't know if you all saw it because y'all were too into the game, respectful if you will, but we basically had Eerie's player model and Honesty's replaced with Peter Griffin. So please have a fun little rewatch when you all go and watch that. I'm not kidding. Look at the clips. We went ahead and did that for you. Thank you, Eerie. You're very welcome. But gentlemen, how does it feel to basically win in a best out of 5 to where it actually went to 5, and you also played Steel in the grand finals? Kind of crazy.
This might have been the best grinds I've ever played. Like, just high octane gaming at all times.
Hands
Emotions
down.
are highs.
Your entire
Highs and
TF2.
lows. You know,
Your entire TF2
I would
career.
say so, of course. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I think we were one of the first teams to win a regular grand finals and a bracket reset, and now we were the first team to win a 4-map grand finals for the first time. So it's really nice to be in these like insanely close games that's like kind of never happened before. So it's awesome.
I think this was the first best of 5 in Highlander that actually had like different teams win maps, and I think hopefully it delivered for the spectators. Hopefully it was better than a bracket reset.
Oh, listen. Peter Griffin just made it. Peter Griffin gave us like 100 viewers, bro. Like 100 more viewers literally from what we were doing, bro. Rebel, first thing I gotta ask you. You have been the highlight right now of this playoffs, bro. What is this? What is this? 14-6. What is this? 27-2. What are these numbers? Have you been hitting the Kovacs, brother? What is your thought process? You're not playing. You're not playing engineer. You're playing scout. What's going on, bro?
No Kovacs, but earlier this season, Melon and I both lost grandparents. Unfortunately, that's why we had to miss some matches.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to think this was just was for them.
Absolutely.
So I just channeled that.
Wow. Absolute. My purest condolences for that.
So shout out to them.
My purest condolences for such. That was, if anything, a phenomenal game going through it. And let me tell you, all throughout that, it was an experience. Our hearts were racing, and when you all watch it back, please, it'll be a treat. But from a caster's booth experience, from an audience perspective, it literally looked like it was pretty 1-to-1. Another question I want to pretty much ask you all as a team, unless Rogue, you have questions. Do you have any questions? I'm so sorry. I don't mean to hog. My fault.
Nah, you're killing it. I appreciate it though. Yeah, I'll ask quick. Yeah, good to see everyone. Always happy to have friends in the booth. And yeah, I'm curious how Lakeside went for you, because obviously during the main season you lost, I believe it was 2-4 against the Chubbs team here. So I don't know. Did you kind of perfect your playbook here, or what do you think led to your win 4-0 on their map pick?
Yeah, I think it was kind of telling when I opened the cast afterwards and I saw 0 people predicted 4-0 for us on Lakeside. So that was kind of funny. And no, we did lose Lakeside 4-1 in the regular season, but it was a match where we had a lot of very close rounds, and we felt like, wow, we felt like this match definitely could have been in our hands. And we were confident. We were confident letting it in this grand finals, and I think that I switched up a few ways I was playing. I became playing a lot more like just pestering them from bats and just pressuring Lenny 24/7 and just killing Telly 24/7. But I really think the difference was how we played pool. I think Eerie, Ether, Melon, Poseidon played the pool fight so incredibly well, and I'll let Eerie kind of continue on with that.
Yeah, honestly, shout out to you, Rogue. I think right after you did the casted match on Lake in regular season, you did a VOD review of us.
Yeah.
And we're all nerds in Witness Gaming. We like the demo review, no secret. And I took a lot of notes from what you had to say. So shout out to you, Rogue. It just just trying to build the fundamentals, honestly, because Lake felt so close. Even though it was a 4-1, we had these just nail biter down to the wire rounds, and just getting those fundamentals back was, I think, what we just excelled. Took it home in the grand, so thanks again.
Dude, Rogue, Rogue's the reason that Witness
Rogue,
Gaming...
At least personally.
Rogue, are you the reason that Witness Gaming is witnessing gaming? Hold up. Hold the phone. Hold the phone.
I with the diff we need but don't deserve, yeah. I'm like an angel blessed from heaven, come to grace you with a dub. receive my good graces, and don't spend it all in one place.
By the way, just incredible casting from you guys. this season.
Yeah,
Like-
shout outs. I've linked the stream to a lot of like IRL people, and they said like this casting talent's just electric, man. Like,
Yeah,
this was
really.
good.
You guys have great chemistry with each other. It's amazing to watch.
Gotta give Highlander his hype, bro. Gotta give Highlander his hype, bro. Come on now. Gotta go ahead and give it. Gotta go ahead and do what you gotta do. But what I really wanted to say, dude, I have like 18 questions. I'm realistically gonna be. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. But one thing I definitely want to go ahead and tell you is that when it came to, let's say the whole series, because in your head, maybe not, you were essentially thinking that, hey, I'm pretty much like, hey, we're gonna look at the series. We may lose a couple maps. Did you expect to pretty much take every map one by one? Was Steel like a map that you all were pretty much like expecting to lose, or was it like kind of like a situation where it was like, we know that we can definitely win on these maps if we play kind of tight knit and kind of a little bit close together and more compact, but Steel may have been unexpected, whereas they didn't really get their map pick, so you pretty much were able to throw it in there. Like, what was the thought process as a team realistically?
Well, going into it, I kind of had said like we need to win Lake, like we need to set the pace. So that was just a really big thing. We definitely did put a lot of our effort into like Vigil Lake, and honestly, like it kind of showed on Steel. Like we maybe could have done more. Seen all the scenarios and stuff, but
we didn't really practice those we didn't really practice Steel or Swiftwater too much. We kind of were like, if it gets there, we'll quickly talk about it in like the halftime before.
Yeah, we literally said if it gets to Swift, then we'll just have to do a map review right before the game.
Shouts to Fish watching the Minecraft movie on Saturday. Couldn't scrim,
We didn't scrim Saturday because I watched the Minecraft movie. That's actually true.
You watched a Minecraft movie on Saturday and you couldn't.
And
The
scrim?
Minecraft movie was a big factor in this Grands, if people don't know.
Was it a good movie though, in your opinion?
It was the best movie ever.
It's a good theater experience, I'm not gonna lie. But
I'll
the
have
movie
to go
itself,
watch it
I don't know about
sometime this
that.
You telling me Chicken Jockey actually is worth it? I may have to discuss
Yes.
it with them. Oh.
I will say a couple things just because I have to go now. But
Go for it.
I think that something that we have as like Witness Gaming that a lot of these other teams that maybe got so close to winning against a team like Hood or a team like this or a team like Fred was that they could never win on Koth, and they would always have to bank on payload, right? And when you have a team that can't win on Koth, then you're kind of giving up a map instantly. But the thing that we have is that we have the ability to win on Koth. And not only that, but we have the ability to win very decisively. Like we showed today that we could win 4-0 on their first pick. So I think that's what set us apart. That's what made this team so good, is that it's not that we can only play one type of game mode, but we're really versatile and, we can play a lot of maps. We have a lot of different strengths, and we're very confident in all the map types.
Talking your ish right now. I kind of dig it right now. Yes, sir. Would you also say, I know you also have to go, but would you also say it also has to deal with like you all as a team, kind of like what Sixes is kind of looking for with like when it comes to synergy and when it comes to actually like sticking together for multiple seasons? Does that also help like a team like Highlander, where it feels like with an invite, there's always like an invite jamboree, would you say, where different players are basically going to different teams, but you got teams like Hood and you and Fred team that kind of stick together almost, or Square, even almost as well.
Yeah, I'll say this. We haven't played since Season 16. Season 17 was really just kind of a Pug Scrim kind of mashup of us and Team Fun. So Season 16 was the last time I played. And I hadn't played Season 15 either, so we had good chemistry then. And then we didn't play for 4 seasons and we came back this season. I don't necessarily think it's, you have to play every season, because there's teams that play every season and never win. Not to throw shade. But the trick to it is this team just has chemistry. This team just has players that communicate so well together. That's what sets us apart. I think, playing every season doesn't necessarily just make it so you win. Like, a version of the team we played against just now plays every single season. But, we were able to come back after 4 seasons and win. And I will say one more thing. The only reason we came back this season was because we wanted to beat it's kind of selfish. Me, DT, and the rest of the team, we wanted to beat Bull and Jacob, because those were the only players left that we really hadn't beat. And like last time we won, everyone was like, oh, well, there was no Jacob, there was no Bull, there was, they had this player on Pyro, XXX. So we were like, okay, so we're going to come back one last time, and we're going to prove that we can win against any team. And we did just that. Jacob might have ran away in the grand finals, but that's okay. but we proved that we can beat any team. So I'm really, really proud of everyone. And Erie came into a team that, you know, he hadn't played in years, maybe 4 years, and he was a star. He really was a star. So I'm really, really proud of Erie.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, I heard that Erie was on Kovac since 1 p.m. Is this true?
Okay, I fell asleep. Just gonna say that. I was maybe on for like half an hour, and I took a
Oh.
nap, so.
So it looked like it was
But
1
I've been rocking the
p.m.
vax, you know.
Yeah,
But
we
I'm
made sure
umped now, bro. Like, I've been in this scene for like over 10 years, man, at this point, so.
he got a new
Yeah, I
PC
feel
this
that.
season too.
I did buy a new PC. Shout out to Trump for tariffing Canada, you know. Need to get that in right before, you know,
Oh,
shit goes up, so, you know.
Bro got his money. Oh, nah, that's true though. That's true. I say the last question, no, the second to last. Is Witness Gaming most likely gonna be here for next season, for the summer season, or you think it's undecided for now? Along
No
that line.
chance,
No
unfortunately.
No.
Yeah,
chance.
I agree. No chance. No chance.
It'd be
No
fun,
chance.
but no.
Just the stars align this season. It's gonna be tough. We're all older, man. We got lives and shit. It's tough, but it's never out of the question, you know. TF2 is always gonna be there, in my opinion. I took a 4-year hiatus. So look at me, right?
Hey, listen, true. Sometimes you just kind of come back when you need to. But listen, hey, send nine of you to the European Highlander land that they're kind of going ahead and talking about. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, witness, you know, gonna get the witness money. Maybe
There might not be
Maybe.
Witness Gaming, but there might be an Exile.
Everyone
team,
at
so
witness.
shout out
maybe
to
he'll throw
Exile,
some money at us and do it.
and
Oh.
there might be some Witness Gaming players on the Exile team.
Oh, okay.
Not me, though.
Okay.
Not
okay.
Fish.
He said not me. Okay, yeah, for sure. Shout out Exile and his future team. Well, listen, other than that, it's been exciting. It's been absolutely exciting. Pretty much just getting to see y'all play. Specifically, no Glaze, but seeing Rebel run this shit down, bro, was kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, when he chasing Blake, bro. He just got his little engineer set up, bro. And all he's doing is like, yeah, I'm a pepper. I'm expecting the taunt. Hell nah, he just running it down again, bro. Oh, like I said, gentlemen, it's been fun to see y'all play. Do you have any shout outs that you want, any generational shout outs, since when this gaming is no more for next season, starting with you, Mr. Erie?
Big shout outs to MCM for the pregame, and you know, a lot of those players are helping us ring, so that was good. Shout out to the casting team again. Like, I got so many comments because I like to link people to stream, see the grands, and all the feedback is just you guys. So, and watching this again, nerd luck, watch the VODs. Love watching the cast. Really entertaining. I haven't seen them in a while, so it was a pleasure watching it as a spectator.
I have a shout out for DJ Splip Nasty. I was asked to do that.
That's to shout out the frauds real quick.
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to Mujet and Capone. They're the OGs.
Mm-hmm.
That last Uber that won us the game on Swiftwater actually was like a carbon copy of an Uber we took in advance to win with them. So that that was crazy. Like I just felt crazy, like deja vu there. So shout out to them, and shout out Mr. Poop. Yep, shout out him.
Shout out Mr. Poop.
It's a good one.
Shout out Mr. Poop, man. Rebel, you have anything to solidify, man?
Sure. Yeah, shout out to everyone that pug scrims us every playoffs,
Shout
especially
out to
the
others for-
players that don't normally play Highlander at all.
Mhm.
Like Soapy, he comes out like once in a couple seasons, play us in a pregame, that's it, and then he goes back to doing his sixes things. So
Finally, shout out to you guys, dude. Casting this match for 4 hours and having this
Yeah,
much
it's
energy
crazy.
still. You guys are awesome, dude.
Listen,
you guys are the
I
best.
can't wait to watch this back. This will be such a good vlog.
Listen, I got Fortnite to play after this with my IRL boys, man. I got some dubs I need to get, so it's only gonna get heated from there, and it's ranked, so it's gonna continue to get crazy. What I will also say, Rogue, you have any shoutouts before I do my chalk shout out? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, thank you, Jaman. Yeah, shout out to all of you on Witness Gaming and also everyone else. I see you there in the chat. And yeah, what a great season you all put together. Shout out to Dolphin. Every single cast, we have an amazing show of it. I mean, shout out to Peter Griffin, who really made this match a lot more interesting there. Gave a quick win to, the Chubbs team on map number 3. But yeah, I had such a blast. I mean, shout out to you, Jaman. Thank you for such a wonderful season together. I had such a blast, man. I look forward to this every week. And I'm gonna miss it, but you know, you'll always find me somewhere around here. So yeah, I'm so happy to be a part of the show, and thanks, Dolphin, for making our lives so easy.
Big shout out, huge shout out to Big Dolphin. Always producing this hard. I'm gonna say it again. If you think you can produce, go ahead and do it. You can't, cause Dolphin got that thing going on. Listen, very good shout out to You Witness Gaming for your dub and Goonman for doing what they could, but gonna have to settle a second. But definitely a phenomenal game to kind of watch all throughout. And Rogue for being my LeBron James. And I'm your Luka Doncic. You know what I'm saying? Like the chemistry, it's just always gonna be there. And listen, if next season they let me cast Highlander, I'm there. But if not, shoot, I'm canceled. I got put on the RGO ban list somewhere. They got me somewhere. But listen, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna be everything. Big shout out to Chalk and Watterson. Love Chalk. Always gonna love Chalk for that. Always gonna love Chalk. But please, I don't know what game we have next up, but if we do, Dolphin will definitely put it in the Calstein announcements. This has been Highlander Grand Finals. Witness Gaming versus goonmanChubbz. With Witness Gaming getting the dub. Please have a good night and have a good morning for my Eastern Standard Time people. Goodness gracious.